power to begin. Let yourself wander, let your spirit find the way. Reach for the power from within. Yeah. You've got no reason to let people keep you down. Stand up and fight for what you are. 'Cause your biggest challenge is the one that lies within yourself. Know what you're fighting for. Hold on to the vision in your eyes. Keep the fire burning bright. Got to make them realize only with this power can you rise. Hold on to that vision in your eyes. Never surrender to the doubts that cloud your mind. Never retreat from who you are.
Success is control.
Control is success.
Success is control.
Control is success.
That's right, Golan-Globus. A little free tip for you around these parts because
Words we live by.
back in the 90s when the fucking underground fight circuit was flourishing,
Yeah.
when karate was still on every street corner,
Thanks, Obama.
our
You
world
got
was
rid of it. Did you know that?
our world was so much better. Thank you. I'm glad somebody pointed out the liberal media.
Yeah.
We're already doing this. We were supposed to go one whole completely different direction with this episode, but
Yeah.
we already knew that it might not work out.
Right.
So that's unfortunate, and we missed the dearly departed guest. He's
Right, yeah.
off at a parade or something.
Yeah. Straight out of Compton.
Straight out of Compton, because it would have been so much fun to
Yeah,
get.
we did. We just learned just before doing this episode, our guest actually did a movie, TV show, something cinematic with the villain from this movie.
We were literally looking
But,
up the IMDb
you
page,
know.
and the sizzle reel just starts
Joe
playing.
Corey, you let us down again.
The sizzle reel starts playing, and Murray goes, "Wait a minute, that's him!" I was like, "Wait, what? That's him!" So our guest has apparently acted alongside
Patrick Kilpatrick.
Patrick Kilpatrick, one of the greatest fucking names I've ever heard. I mean, I don't know if you're a
Is
fan
he
of it.
suicidal? Patrick Kilpatrick?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. That's an ugly thing to talk about. This
It's the perfect time to talk about it. It's the holidays.
It's the.
It's when suicide rates go up.
It is true, guys. Look out for the signs. There's suicide hotlines. I don't know the numbers. I should have. Maybe I'll edit it in. I won't.
1-800, don't kill yourself.
Please don't do that. Even though the punk in this movie clearly written out on his sweater, "Kill yourself," don't do it.
Or, I don't know.
Murray, do not endorse killing yourself on our
YouTube
podcast.
kick us off for saying, I'm not endorsing it. I'm letting people make their choices. I'm about freedom.
Okay. Our libertarian Fred Murray over here. Never mind. We could go on that topic all day, but we already know we're going to do 4,000 hours on this movie because...
Yeah, because we did almost 3 on Logan's Run, and this is even more.
Yeah. The eye candy.
The world building in this movie is out of sight.
Even if you do not care about a Karate Kid plotline, which...
They even reference in this movie?
Where do you stand on Karate Kid, that structure for a movie?
It's not even. Karate Kid. It's a classic martial arts movie story.
Okay.
The guy who wants to learn from the master. The master doesn't want to teach him. Then the guy gets the shit kicked out of him by the bad guy.
Right.
And the teacher relents.
Yeah.
That's like every fucking Shaw Brothers movie ever made.
True. That's true. You're right.
Drunken Master. That was the plot of that.
Yeah.
But this is clearly taking its inspiration from Karate Kid.
Question stands. Do you feel like that's a good plot line for a movie, though?
Well, I guess so. It's been done 5 million times.
Yeah.
And, I enjoyed this movie, so.
There we
I
go.
guess so.
It serves its
Not
purpose.
everything's got to be original.
Yeah. There's good ways, instead of just remaking the movie we remember, talking to you, Jaden Smith, what's his name? Jackie Chan,
Yeah.
Kickboxer remake. You can
Karate Kid remake.
excuse me.
Kickboxer remake had Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I got my mind on good actors and good, action movies, not shit movies. And this movie definitely belongs in the good camp.
Right. I see if we had our guest, he would have all the info I need. So I did no research. I had a busy work week. You're lucky I watched the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't think this is one of those. I think they're called seasonal productions that we've done previously on the recommendation of our guest who's not here. Like Blood Moon.
Yeah.
I don't think they were made by the same group.
Okay.
But it had that feel in that our hero is a total dweeb.
Yes.
He's a neo-Marxism dweeby, as River Hawk would say. And which was in Blood Moon, and we did another I think movie from that company. I just cannot remember. Right
Yeah,
now.
I know
College
we did.
Kickboxer was it? There has to be some connection to College Kickboxer because the villain in this movie was the hero in College Kickboxer.
Yeah.
And in the movie theater, there was a College Kickboxer movie poster in the background.
There was so many, but I think you're right. I think what was the other one you said?
College Kickboxer?
College Kickbox. What was the other one you said? I thought College Kickboxer.
Blood Moon.
Blood Moon. I'm pretty sure in Blood Moon we also saw carefully placed movie posters that we recognized.
I saw. Did you notice? Is it the Fight Dojo Black Eagle?
We just talked about that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah, I mentioned it to you, and then I also mentioned that they had White China next to it, which I think is a Cynthia Rothrock movie. I saw a woman on it, so I assume.
Okay.
Cynthia
All women
Rothrock.
look like Cynthia Rothrock.
I just assume if you have a woman on the cover in the early '90s, it's got to be Cynthia.
Okay.
That's my guess.
It has that same vibe. It's very. I don't think it has as good an action as Blood Moon had.
Agreed.
But it has that childlike quality to it. Like I didn't look at the credit. I think I noticed a kind of an Arab sounding name, and we know from Amir Shervan, Iranians know how to make good bad movies.
Yes.
So I think this was some kind of Middle Eastern production. Like I'm gonna show Americans I'm gonna put a mirror up to their face and
Right.
show them who they are. And those are always the best because they don't know what they have no idea.
Yeah.
And that makes it good. That's what a good bad movie is, people.
It gives us characters like this movie looks real. Like when you go through the high school outside of the main cast, which is 30-year-olds.
Yeah, a bunch of 30-year-olds.
We're inside of a high school, which has the most sprawling, like ripped out industrial complex ever, and that's all Billy Blank's office. That's his whole playground.
He lives in the bowels of the school in squalor,
Right.
in self-exile, in punishment
Right.
for the wrong that he's done that we will get to when we get into the movie.
Exactly.
Billy Blank's. This is our second movie.
He did
Shockingly, we've only done 2 now.
Yes.
Billy Blank's movies.
There's a handful more. There's ones people have requested. There's some, and
There's a Terminator one.
Exactly.
We
We were trying, this is obviously more of a sci-fi month. We went a different direction because of our guests, but hey, whatever. We're still doing it, and this is
Yeah.
still a fucking awesome movie, which you can watch on YouTube. And you
For free.
absolutely should watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. I think it was. I don't remember it was the one with Piper. Roddy Piper. I don't remember what it was called.
I can't
Back
remember
in
what-
Action. Something.
Back,
It was very
you know what?
generic.
Back in Action sounds
We did
right.
that like 4 years ago. Check it out. It might be. Is that on our YouTube? It might be.
It should be, I think. I don't know.
But yeah, we've never really explored the oeuvre of Mr. Billy Blanks. How do you feel about Billy Blanks?
Both movies we've done, the little bits I've seen of the other movies, because a lot of his movies have been on our radar, and we have.
I watched one recently about VR training.
Yeah.
For
My God.
Assassins.
Yes, please. And he's in that. He acts just the way we love our
I
actors.
think that was an Abra recommendation.
Yeah,
by the way.
that sounds right.
I don't want to give her her due.
Yeah. I love that he comes in, he takes things very seriously, he plays the mentor role well, he plays the silly guy. He does it all just how I want an actor to do. But, like you said, he doesn't have the greatest action scenes like Blood Moon.
No. Were you? Well, I don't know. You were a kid when he was making his movie. I was never even aware this guy had a movie career.
Yeah, I know.
He was first on my radar for that Tybo show.
Tybo,
I don't even know that
those
well.
cassettes were in my household. Because, my house mom, just trying to, like, keep it. Denise Austin was in our house.
Yeah.
Tybo. There's probably some other ones. We had a Total Gym 2000.
Was there a Thigh Master in your house?
No Thigh Master, just the Total Gym.
R.I.P. Suzanne Summers.
RoboFlex.
By the way, we lost an asshole the other night.
Oh, no.
And a fake tough guy in Mr. Ryan O'Neal.
Oh, who the fuck is that?
I'll tell you who the fuck this guy was. He was the guy, and this ties in with our last episode. He was friends with one Mr. Lee Majors, a genuine tough guy, $6 million man, who was married to Farrah Fawcett in the 70s.
Oh!
And Lee had to go out of town. It was like a fucking Marcellus Wallace situation. He's like, take my wife out, show her a good time while I'm out. Ryan pulled the fucking slid in, stole Farrah Fawcett away from Lee Majors.
That's right.
And I've never forgiven him since. And he was, for all I've heard is he's a huge piece of shit. So good riddance to fucking Ryan O'Neal and his fake tough guyness. You suck. Fuck you.
We hate fake tough guys. If you ain't tough, that's fine.
I would put
Don't
him on the
pretend.
Mount Rushmore of fake tough guys. Of course, Ginty would be the George Washington.
Did you find any fake tough guys in this movie?
Yeah, our hero.
Ken?
Was he like 5'2"? What the fuck was going on with him?
Dude, he reminded me of my buddy in high school where he felt like, he really had the fight or flight, and he went fight all the way. And that's when me and him stopped being friends, was he got a little too serious on it. And he went into his own Ken train in the dojo phase, and I was just like, all right, man, I'm good.
Was Glenn Danzig? Was that who your friend
Yeah,
was?
Glenn Danzig. Oh. Yeah, he had the hair, though, back
Jeet
then.
Kune Do?
Jeet Kune Do. It's fucking ridiculous. But no, Ken is definitely the fake tough guy of the movie.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think I just alluded to it earlier. The villain is our hero from College Kickboxer,
right.
Tom. I don't remember the actor's name. I don't really care enough to remember.
But you loved him.
I loved his hair.
You
his
loved
hair
him.
should have gotten its own credit.
It's
his hair was
amazing.
acting
Yes.
better than he was.
Yes. Do you see?
He looked like this is the tease you to make you want to watch this movie. His hair was like Bill Murray's in Kingpin.
Yes.
It was all over the place.
You can look up,
you could tell his mood by his hair.
You can see this picture right now. I'm sorry, you have to have an account on Twitter these days, but you can see, because we went and took the picture with Murray here. We never do this. Just because I was like, I want you to get the shot you want.
Yeah.
He's got the scowl. He's got the hair
So
all
we
over.
got probably 12,000 we went through. Like every frame. From
Yeah,
the
we
scene.
did. We literally did go
he took
frame
a
by
screen-
frame.
And he took a screenshot of all of them. And I'm going to take the rest of the night going
Scan.
over them to
Analysis.
enhance.
Enhance. He wants to read the eyes.
Yeah.
Because
Well, you can't because the hair's in the fucking face.
you can get little bits
He's got
of
like
it,
a
but
poofy devil's lock almost. It's something. I'm telling you. Let's watch it for this guy's hair.
they say the eyes are the mirror
Was
into
it that
the soul.
big in College Kickboxer?
What is happening? I don't remember. No, I think he always had it parted to the side or something. But they say the eyes are the mirror to the soul, but he's got all the fragments of hair covering it, so he's
Hiding
got
the soul.
shattered mirrors. He's a shattered man. He's just a teenager going through puberty.
Right.
But
he unfortunately went to the Cobra Kai dojo to learn.
Exactly, and that's what this movie's all about.
What was it? I know they had a dragon symbol. Was their dojo, did it have a name? Was something dragon?
Dude, I did not. They were wearing like the Omnitrix gear or something. Odumax or something. They had their own brand, which is very up to the age. Like that would be all over Instagram and the TikToks. Them doing like roundhouses, apples, and shit off heads. But they had something. I never caught the name.
You know, another thing this movie had, and this is what I appreciate.
Spirit.
Well, okay, that and I appreciate about these movies is I've lost my train of thought because Griff had to throw Spirit out.
I didn't think that would derail you.
But
oh man, we're in for a
because
long
of their
one.
low budget, there's an accurate portrayal of what people actually wore at that time because people were wearing the clothes that they actually owned.
Extras were just brought. Hey, wear whatever. Here's $10.
1993.
Yes.
Everybody is swimming in their clothes. It's fucking David Byrne times 10.
Champions gear. Everybody, our hero constantly wearing champion gear. Billy Blank's wearing champion gear. The sportswear was I started taking
Chicago White Sox, hot as shit. I don't know if people cared about the team, but they cared about the gear.
right. The Big Hurt was on the team. We did look this
Yeah.
up. I was like, I'm pretty sure Frank Hurt.
Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas.
I can't believe I had to tell you a fucking baseball player.
Frank Hurt. That would have been a cool nickname. I don't know if
Hammer
that
don't hurt
was.
him.
Yeah. But then you had the Bulls, of
Of course,
course.
you got to have the Bulls gear.
Dodgers gear, Sharks gear, San Jose,
Yeah, well, this takes place in California, so that makes sense.
Murray.
They were a brand new team at that time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize they were that young.
Yeah, it was just like early 90s, I think, when
Okay.
it came out.
There's a big one that we've been referencing lately. Did you notice that in there?
No.
The LA Cobras.
Oh, yeah. There was a lot of LA Cobra gear, and I wish I had. I did have it back in the day. I wish I kept it, man.
Yeah. What were some other 90s gear? Did you notice any other 93
It was just
teams?
everything was giant. Everyone was wearing 2 sizes too large clothing.
I did spot one kid who was wearing a Bulls hat, and then he was wearing like a giant shirt. So he was doing 2 teams at once.
It's called the blood sport.
The blood sport, of course. I mean, it didn't have the
Well, the
same
most
name.
accurate is you have the same name, different cities.
Exactly.
But it's
Giants, that
yeah,
team
but-
name.
But sometimes you can, if you just mix 2 sports teams, no matter, it could cross over, not even like different sports.
Yeah, of course.
It counts as a blood sport.
That's the blood sport. It's
Yeah.
like if I ever had if I have sports hats, I don't have sports shirts, but I could blood sport any day of the week if I just got a sports shirt,
Yeah.
sports team shirt. So I loved it, and if you were a child of the '90s, which most of our listeners are,
And I don't think so. I think they were all like adults like me.
yeah. But would you say that this movie,
I graduated a year before this movie was made.
this movie did hurt you in some way, right? Seeing all the '90 fits.
Or lack of fit, yeah.
Yeah, that's a better point. So I was amused by this because
It was
even
a very it was a non-sexy time to be in your sexual prime, Griff, because everyone's wearing baggy fucking clothes.
yeah, and that distracted
You
you.
can't,
or
no, you can't see anything. That's the fucking problem.
you would want that distraction.
Everyone's just like gigantic fucking clothes.
Because in my day, it
I
was
don't
like
care what the guys are wearing, but who wants to watch a girl with mom jeans?
Britney Spears was hot, and when I was going through high school, so it was low-waisted jeans. So what do they call that? The whale tail.
Yeah, we didn't have that shit. It was the most. It was
Constant.
just everyone. Well, it was grunge, so everyone was smelly and grimy, and white people with dreadlocks, and it was a horrible time to be alive.
Dexter Holland, frontman for The Offspring, is in this movie at one point.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, he was one of the
I'll
punks.
have to point that out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a horrible time to be alive. That's probably why everyone wanted to kill themselves.
There
By
is
the way,
no
don't kill
Nirvana.
yourself.
Yeah, don't kill
According to
yourself.
Graf, I don't care.
No Nirvana shirts in this movie. as
No,
you
that was the
pointed out.
shocking thing. But it was supposed to be an inner city school, even though there was 5 black people in it.
Five.
Yeah.
So maybe this is the world that I know it's on the other coast, but Logan's Run was based here.
I guess
because-
I grew up in the same kind of world that Ken did in sweet Salinas, Kansas, because we didn't have cliques like movies always have.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Did you have in your school like the cheerleader clique and the jock clique and the stoner clique?
It was never like the movies made it out to be, where it's like, oh my God, are you talking to them? It was never like that, but there definitely was like they gravitated this way and everything.
No, I didn't.
But
We
there
didn't
there
have
was
that.
no hard lines, not at all.
No. It's just fucking. I mean, and people say it was so divisive back then.
Yeah. Well, there is full-on Nazi representation
Well,
in
they're
this
good,
movie.
right? Representation. Everyone's getting represented.
Everybody, and they say new movies are woke. This movie's outside of casting minority characters outside of Gina. This movie is they have white Nazi representation, but then they had one possibly Latina character,
I guess, yeah.
because that would be Gina.
Yeah.
But outside that, it was just white people.
Yeah. And Billy Blanks, come on.
I'm a little disappointed that Ken's ascent to being a kung fu master didn't go through the punks or the Nazis, because that's the perfect
That's
fodder.
just how accepting we were back then. We were like, hey, you believe in genocide? All right, that's your opinion.
That's your opinion.
Which is apparently what's happening on college campuses now as we speak.
Yeah, that's a good point. We should avoid that and telling people to kill themselves. We should avoid those two topics. We're getting our third strike on YouTube.
Just as we're gaining ground.
Now, the other thing we need to talk about before we get into this, because this will really, our fans are constantly on the edge of their seats when we talk about fight rings, underground fight clubs, and the audience that attends. And this movie has some of the most interesting diversity in that audience.
Right. This is what brings people together. That's why I want to start my own underground fight ring, because especially now of all times, we've never been more divided as a country. And you know why? Because Obama got rid of fucking underground fight rings.
Said it at the top.
And I'm bringing it back.
Making it back.
Please God, if Trump wins, we'll bring it back. He'll be like coming to our fucking shows. Doesn't he look like a guy that would be in one of these movies?
Yeah, no, 100%.
And he's got the oversized suits.
He
fits right into this world.
He wears hats like some of the people do, where it just floats on his. He's probably a huge Avedon fan. But yeah, no, you're right. He would fit right into the audience here. He loves UFC and everything, so we loved watching teenage boys. Maybe Barron Trump will compete.
I doubt that. But yeah, we got guys in suits. We got working class people.
We got high office women working here.
This isn't a sausage party.
We're used to seeing like
we got fringe fucks.
We had Murray was like, is that Griff? There is somebody in the audience that you can spot that represents you as a human being in every phase of your life. This movie is a mirror.
Yeah, except everybody's clothes were too big. Two sizes too big.
That's why I wear more form-fitting clothes now, because the 90s scare me.
Yeah.
All that.
You're looking totally 90s. He's got a flannel shirt on with a stocking cap on and a beard. You're 90s as it gets.
It's a beautiful day here, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's 60 degrees in the middle of December in Michigan.
Yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, there's no global warming.
Yeah, it's not happening. That might be our third strike right there too. I don't think you could say global warming on YouTube.
I don't know what you can. I know you can deny the Holocaust because they're doing that all the time. Or maybe that's Facebook. But
Facebook is the really, really troubling one.
You just can't put a picture of a dummy blowing up.
Yeah,
you want to say the Holocaust didn't happen.
Free
speech.
You can't go on to Facebook and say Steve James is one of the greatest actors alive. You can't do that.
No.
Because he opposed apartheid. Apartheid? How do you say that? Apartheid.
Do we have anything else to say
No,
about
we rambled for so long.
Yeah, this was a ramble.
Yeah.
We're discombobulated. We're expecting a totally different episode.
Yeah, we were going one whole direction.
Don't blame me. Blame Griff.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. Get ready to rumble, people, because there's going to be a showdown.
Tonight there's going to be a showdown.
Is that a song?
It's a play on Thin Lizzy. Tonight there's going to be a jailbreak.
Yeah, that was a stretch.
Okay.
All right, see you on the other side of this trailer.
From the director of Best of the Best and Best of the Best 2, Showdown. There's a place in this town where kids learn the wrong things.
Success! Control! Success!
A place where they keep a vicious secret. A place controlled by people who profit from pain.
Who wants this?
It's a town where the kids provide the thrill of blood money. When you're a new kid in this town, you better make your first shot your best shot, because you may not get another.
Hi there, Kenneth.
Around here, you learn the rules fast.
The blonde, Julie, just forget about it. She's trouble.
What?
Her boyfriend is Godzilla.
Who's this guy think he is?
Hey, Tor,
You're messing with my woman.
leave the boy alone.
If you fail again, you will be lucky if I decide to let you live.
You ain't replacing nobody, Kenny boy. You got that?
You gotta learn to protect yourself, and I'm gonna teach you.
I need to know more about this man.
I got this problem. I don't know what to do about it.
What you did to Ken was terrible. He broke the rules, so he pays the price.
Punk.
When the rules are wrong, it's time to change them.
You should be proud you know how to fight. Hey, plenty of these kids pay their way through college like this.
They're hurting kids to make money, and that's not right.
This is the man you took pictures of before.
Yeah.
Kill him. In the school.
Now, there's no turning back. Now, the stakes can go no higher.
Don't you ever touch her again.
Now, this town's vicious secret is exposed. When the rule is might makes right, there's only one thing to do. Get ready for a showdown.
They are learning at an ever younger age that violence is not only tolerated, but often expected, and sometimes required. That is the saying that I'm guessing Confucius said that.
Yeah, definitely.
Something from The Art of War. I don't know. By the way, Showdown, a.k.a. American Karate Tiger. I think that should have been the name they went with.
I love that
It
name.
Stands out. Showdown is bland as fuck.
I saw somebody. My uncle had this jacket. It was an awful. It had a black chest, white sleeves, American flag.
Oh my God!
You know?
Did he hang out with Lee?
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about Lee's outfit right in the beginning.
Oh my God, that's right. We got to talk. There's so many guys. This is the greatest eye candy movie ever. It's fascinating, and there's so many different pictures to take from here. But Murray, on that quote alone, to think, and I can't wait to get to school. Because we used to handle firearm situations so much differently in school. It used to be just, maybe don't. And now it's just like, yeah, please bring them. More in schools. That's what I'm saying. Anyways.
You want more violence in schools? We just had a kid get sentenced to life in prison without parole the other day.
But if we had more people, that movie, Run, Hide, Fight, taught us, if we just had more guns in the schools, you wouldn't have these situations happening. Right? Isn't that what we learned?
Well, I guess. True.
I don't know where to go with these lessons.
All I know is we start out. We got our hero, Billy, and his partner. I'm surprised he didn't say he was 2 weeks away from retirement. He looked like he was 2 weeks away from dying.
Right. Even though 7 years later, hasn't aged a day.
Officer Spinelli and Billy Grant. I think Billy Blanks always plays a character named Billy.
I was worried for a minute here because Ken's actor's name was also Ken. And I was like, are we going to have a thing where everybody just has their normal first name because they could not act otherwise? They kept forgetting to
I believe
respond.
this is the good old days when you had a martial arts movie, you hired a fucking martial artist.
Yeah.
And I think everybody in this movie has a background in martial arts. There's a character familiar to us, which will probably be familiar to you guys next month when we do his movie. But yeah, it's Billy Blanks and a bunch of martial artists.
Yeah. And by the way, I know
if we had our guest, he would have told you all their backstories.
Yeah.
I did no research. I wasn't expecting to have to do research.
You thought we rambled. Like, if we had our guest on, his rambling about the... Oh, my God. It would have been amazing for those interested. And for those not, this would not have been the episode, but we would have loved it.
So they're
enjoying some chocolate donuts.
Of course, they're cops. Of course, they're eating chocolate donuts.
Doing old police bits here. And he may not be 2 weeks away
Didn't
from
Billy like turn one down because he's was watching his figure and Spinelli forced one on him?
He tried to force one on him. This one's got jelly. That's a fruit. It's okay. It's basically 0 calories.
I thought there was some kind of racial thing because he had a chocolate donut, and that's what offended Billy.
I could not figure
Well,
out.
because I'm black, I want a chocolate donut.
Yeah, maybe. It's fun banter, guys. They like each other, clearly.
Maybe I want a punchki.
And ooh, there we go. Punchki? That's not how that's pronounced.
Punchki?
Punchki.
Whatever. I'll punchki you in the face.
Thank you, Murray. That's a good play on words.
So he's just like, hey, we get a call at a wild party.
Yeah.
Make sure you have your the teenage party. Get your gun. He opens up the glove box. Billy's gun is in there, safely away. It's ensconced in the glove box. That's where I keep my gun.
Right.
And he's just like, take this gun. I don't want to fuck. I don't fuck with that shit.
We're doing the classic, martial arts protagonist where they do not fuck with. I don't fuck with that shit. You know this. One day you're gonna need it, and you need it.
We've had a high school party. They might be drinking alcohol.
This is the motto of America. One day you might need it, so you have to be equipped. We're going back to the Wild West, everybody. We're going back. America, we're going back.
So, Spinelli was right. We're at a teenage party where there is a keg or something.
Well, yeah.
And for some reason, there's two middle-aged guys showed up, crashed the party, and they're beating people up.
Okay, it's ridiculous. Because, yeah, clearly they did get a few kids in there. They had to be extras from the high school.
Right.
But then there's also 30-year-olds in here because it's just like those weird mishmash.
People with acting parts are 30-year-olds.
It's also like a mansion. It's
Yes.
a very large house.
Yeah, of course. That's where the best parties are.
Yeah. Multi-level stairs, conversation pit, fireplace, island kitchen.
Made out of marble.
Made out of marble.
Okay, so this is where we meet our villain, Lee, played by the great Patrick Kilpatrick.
Yes.
Okay, we're going to talk about clothes this whole episode. All right, he's wearing a black leather jacket. What? Cool. That's cool. That's what a bad guy would wear. But the sleeves are white with roses painted on them, like wrapping around his arm. What the fuck? What an insult to that cow that had to die for that jacket.
You know that was a pussy. Excuse me for that word, everybody. Pussy magnet. Ladies saw that across the room because it's popping.
Is that Axl Rose?
Yeah, exactly. He had rock star hair in this scene, didn't he?
No, he had no hair.
He had no hair?
His brother.
His brother
who
had
I don't remember his brother's name. But.
Yeah, okay.
But so like they're literally
see right there. They had to take away from the fact that his brother had the rock star hair. He had to do something to one up his brother.
Well, he was balding. He couldn't have rock star hair.
Yeah, exactly.
So King Lee had to be at least 45 in this scene.
He did.
His brother was probably at least 40.
Yeah.
And they're just beating up kids. Like they're pissed off they were invited to this fucking high school party.
Who knows? Yeah.
So also, okay, Patrick Kilpatrick. He's got my haircut basically, really short hair, mustache, soul patch.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
yeah.
Looking good.
I remember a lot of the second half of the movie, not this opening scene.
Yeah,
like the opening scene.
And they're giving kids noogies and shit, and doing the typical bully wedgies, wet willies,
and one of them's like
purple nurples. They're doing it all.
One kid has the audacity to say, "Aren't you adults a little weird to be at this party?" And, you know, of course, Lee's get a freak out, like, "What'd you say, you fucking nerd?" Gets him in a headlock, and then we go back outside. Our police
Speaking of Guns N' Roses, did you notice the city is Paradise City? That's the city that they're living in.
Oh, that's the city?
Paradise City.
Interesting. And we'll get on the levels of where we are in California.
I noticed the grass was very green, and those girls were oh so pretty.
Some of them were.
Worst song on Appetite for Destruction. I hate Paradise City.
But you like the rest of the album.
Sweet Child of Mine can fuck off, but the rest of the album, album's pretty solid, just like hard rock.
Where does Sweet Child of Mine?
I'd rather listen to Sweet Child of Mine than I hate Paradise City.
Okay,
fucking hate.
There we go.
And
everybody.
that's the one song they always play.
Always
horrible song.
Not in this movie though. Don't worry, everybody.
Yeah. Couldn't afford it.
We're outside. Police have arrived. Spinelli's like, "Oh fuck, man! I'll get the kids outside. You deal with the kids inside." And he's like, "Okay." So we follow Billy, of course, and he notices somebody apparently knows by name, Michael. "Hey, Michael, how's it hanging?" He's trying to talk like the kids do, you know? Because
I always said that 93. How's it hanging?
He's only in his mid-20s at this point. Billy is mid-20s, late 20s. So he's thinking he can get in with these kids, be a little cool. How's it hanging? Or no, that's what Michael says to him. Michael says to Billy, "How's it hanging?" And very awkwardly, Billy asks him, "What do you mean?" Was that a dick joke?
Yeah, well, that's how it hanging. Yeah, what do you think? What do you think it's hanging? Oh, do you think maybe he took it because he's a black man as a lynching joke?
Oh, that might have been it too.
There's a misunderstanding, man.
We are in the high finance suburbs of Paradise City.
So the kid was just talking about his dick. He was, he's like most white guys. He's obsessed with big black dicks.
Right.
And Billy took it wrong.
Right.
And thought he was like making a lynching joke.
Right. But
this is how violence starts. Just misunderstandings.
Right.
People.
Misunderstandings. But Billy at this time swallows it and just moves on.
Right.
He's got a job to do. Yeah. So he heads inside, and that's where he breaks in on the scene we just set up. Lee's got the kid in the headlock, and he's fucking giving him noogies. His brother's down on his feet, or down on his knees, purple nurpling him and shit.
Abusing those nipples.
It's a rough fucking scene, everybody.
Hey, stop that. What do you mean? What are you going to do about it, cop? And then there's a struggle.
Pig. Lots. They were throwing the PIG around.
That was...
It's the notorious PIG.
It's funny. Because pig was thrown out a lot of. Nobody says it anymore at all. That's such a '60s way about, but '60s it lasted in the '90s. Yes, we called cops pigs even in the '90s.
I think recently I heard a retired cop, go on like Fox News and go, "They're calling us pigs out here on the streets,
I'm glad
man."
It's coming back. So there's a struggle because I guess he's like Lee is not respecting his authority, so he goes to break it up, and then. Rockstar hair brother goes, "Hey, leave my brother alone." And then does he go for Billy's gun? I don't remember how the gun comes. Like Billy wouldn't pull out his gun, would he?
So Billy goes straight for Lee because he's got the kid in a headlock, and he doesn't listen to commands. So he's like, "Okay, I got to break this up. That's my job. I'm trying to keep the peace. I'm not trying to do anything else." We can see that in Billy's intent here. But what happens is Lee's brother, Rockstar, he comes up from behind and grabs the gun.
Okay.
And that
wouldn't have happened if Billy had not listened to Spinelli.
Exactly. Or if he actually buttoned his holster. Well, he didn't do that. So he's able to easily.
Used to it.
Exactly. So his gun easily gets snatched out, and this kid doesn't know what to do with it. He doesn't even have a finger on the trigger. He's just holding it like, he's going to juggle it. Maybe he's going to run away with it. They're just trying to
spin it on his finger.
Yeah, he doesn't even have his finger that close where he could spin it. But, of course, he's panicked. He's surrounded by, all these fucking crazy kids and everything that are drunk, possibly high, possibly on crack cocaine. What's the hot drug of this time?
Well, according to the Crackdown, Death Wish 4, it is crack.
It is crack. Okay. Yeah. So who knows? And so he turns around, and of course, Billy's going to respond with his most lethal weapons, hands and feet.
Well, there's just a struggle. He doesn't do any martial arts on it. I thought they were just struggling with the gun.
Oh, I thought they kind of engaged, but yeah, maybe.
I watched this 2 days ago. I can't remember. But there's a struggle. Rockstar Hair gets knocked down, and he hits his head on a step because there's they're in a conversation pit as they're fighting.
Yeah.
So he hits his head on the step going out of it, and it kills him.
No! You killed my bro, pig! You killed him!
That's Lee doing that. And he's like, "I swear revenge upon you!
Swear upon the blood moon, I'll see your blood rain down on top of my jacket."
And Billy's distraught. He didn't want to do this. He's the last person that wants to kill somebody.
Right.
Why did he become a cop?
Right. And Spinelli has to come in and break up because Lee's about to charge at Billy.
Everyone's surrounding him. We got kids holding beers. Fat girl holding a Pringles. Fucking.
This is a Jim Cornette fat girl, by the way. Yeah. She is a little bit heavier. She's not a fat girl, but for some reason
she was fat for 1993.
For some
everyone's
reason,
fat now. So
everybody has got a beer in hand, and she's got her Pringles can with the fucking Mr. Pringle facing the camera, just in case maybe she was paid by Pringle. Because this advertisement
was just funny. You give a fat girl a Pringle, Jeff.
Perfect, subtle advertisement. I loved it.
And they're staring, watching. They just saw someone be murdered. And Billy's crazy. Billy's just like, "Don't die on me!" He's cradling him.
Right.
And then they zoom in. No.
Now we swipe over, and we're in the Tango and Cash locker room. Showers everywhere. Just a hallway of fog. And then we turn to the camera.
Weird layout because it's like it's not even like the showers in like another room. It's like it's an open floor plan.
It's a conversation shower pit.
Spinelli's showering, I guess, the blood of bed or Rockstar Hairman's hair.
I kind of love that they gave us Spinelli. We're so used to like the near nude shots being ripped, fucking 4 Chris's of the Apocalypse shit. No.
Especially when you have Billy Blanks.
Exactly. You could have had them in the shower to really pull in the Tango and Cash or the fucking
Billy
Lethal
Blanks
Weapon.
doesn't do nude scenes.
He gets his shirt off though,
And neither does Spinelli.
And
Because
neither does
Spinelli
Nash.
is they didn't cut it right. So you can clearly see Spinelli's wearing swim trunks.
but you get to see that torso, man.
That saggy, gray chest hair torso.
Exactly. And you know what? Hey, I love all kinds of, just real bodies in there.
I don't. Give me some beautiful bodies.
Get this fucking real body out there.
I
Get it
can
out
see
there.
you know what? I can look out the mirror. I look out the mirror. Look out the window and see a beautiful, regular body. I don't want to see regular bodies.
Oh man.
I want to see fat people. I can look outside.
I want to see you struggle with your joke there.
So
Billy's ready to turn it in. He's handing his pantaloons over.
traumatized.
He doesn't
His
hand in the
pantaloons.
gun and badge because he doesn't use them. He gives him his uniform. I can't do it anymore. Did you notice? That's a great play on what we always say, gun and badge. Yeah. No, pants and belt.
You're going to have to deal with this, Billy. Where are you going to go? You were born to be a cop. I can't do it. I can't do it.
He just walks into a dark room. Maybe the fucking... The Malachi Black's group turned the lights off on him or something.
I don't know.
Who knows?
He's a lot of... He's. Everyone think about having Billy Blanks play Batman? Because he does a lot of disappearing into shadows in this movie.
Hey, I mean, would you be one of those people on the on your high horse if they ever casted a black Batman?
Oh, it's going to happen, so you might as well just deal with it.
Yeah.
So... Cut the credits. American Karate Tiger. Fuck, that should be the new show. Fuck American Ninja Warrior. American Karate Tiger. A guy has to fight a tiger with karate.
I like this.
I'd watch that.
Hey, wrestlers used to go up to bears.
They got a real life Squid Game. Why not have fucking American Karate Tiger?
Yeah, that went really well.
I don't know. I didn't watch it.
Well, people kept suing them.
7 years later.
Slippery 7 years later.
We're now meeting our junior hero, the Robin to Billy Blank's Batman, if
That's
you will.
Good. Hey, he is our black
And I'm not saying that because the hero is 5'2", but
he is wearing yellow underwear,
and he's 30, and he's being driven. This is all I need to know, that this is a poor family, beat to shit station wagon. That's all you need. You don't need to explain it. Yes. I go, those people are in need. They're poor. I look down upon them.
Yeah. Murray, you and me both. And we both do not come from well-being backgrounds.
No,
but
we're working class heroes.
We see this and we say, that's trash right there.
Right.
Your trash jacket, your trash haircut, and we'll get to it in a second.
Ken had a plethora of baggy button-down shirts. That's all he wore throughout this movie.
Paisley. Ow.
Paisley.
That hurt.
Not Paisley.
He had
flannel.
He had the two-tone
purple
shirt.
And blue.
Yes, but it was
that was
very
almost, if you will, Garth Brooks.
Yes, I was gonna say it. I just found out Kayla's sister's fiance. Wait, does that still work when it's a woman and a woman? Fiance.
Sure.
That's not a gender.
You just add another E on the end.
Fiancé.
No, it's the fiance.
Hey, but yeah, I found out she's a Garth Brooks fan. So
fan? I thought you were gonna say she was a roadie or something.
Yeah,
for Garth Brooks.
So we broke down on some Garth Brooks.
Yeah, you got a friend in low places now.
Murray, see, Murray's the Garth Brooks fanatic.
No,
he
I'm a Chris Gaines fanatic. Fuck, I don't know who Garth Brooks is. I was like, I want more Chris Gaines, and like. You guys weren't ready for it.
I hope this is the content people like to hear about Murray, his punk lifestyle, but also
I don't have a punk lifestyle.
He's got a soft spot for Chris Gaines.
Well, I love guy with a soul patch.
You do have a soul patch these days.
Yep.
That's what people need to know, is Murray has grown out a soul patch.
Oh, I want to look like Lee.
That's right.
You got the hair. I just need the mustache. I look like. I need the scar too. Did he have the scar in the beginning?
No, he did not.
How
did he
Billy?
get it?
I was like, did I misremember something? Did Billy kick him in the face and give him the scar?
This movie had to be 3.5 hours long before the direct, the studio cut started happening, because there is so much that is not explained, including Lee's soon-to-be scar.
Yeah, it's across his eye.
But anyways, we're back at high school. Mom's dropping off son. We're having.
They're new in town. They're straight from Kansas. Mom is much like our economy now. It's in the shits.
Yeah.
They're moving around looking for jobs. Apparently, there's no diner jobs in Kansas.
Yeah.
No minimum wage jobs available in Kansas.
Kansas, where the cost of living is a lot lower than being in California.
Yeah, let's move to California.
Let's just go ahead and shoot ourselves west. So, Mom obviously had some what's the word? Ulterior motive. Yeah.
Well, the porn industry is in California.
I don't.
Maybe MILFs weren't big back in the.
She did
90s.
work all night long. So who
maybe,
knows?
Well, maybe we assumed she worked at a diner. Maybe it was a porno scenario where she worked at a diner in the porn.
Her outfits were weird. And Murray, what did I point out to you about the set dressing of their kitchen?
You were really upset about it. Well, should we spoil it? I mean, we're getting through it.
Yeah, I know. I'm just so excited.
That's called a tease, people.
Because you see
In
everybody.
the business, we call that a tease.
As we always do, and that's why you listen to us. We point out that this movie, like a Transformer, is more than meets the eye. Anyways, we're back to high school.
This is a feast for the eyes.
We've got the classic alien landing on an alien planet.
Stranger in a Strange Land.
Thank you, stranger. That's the right way to say that.
We learn that this is the middle of his senior year. They're so desperate they had to move. They couldn't let him finish school. They had to get to Beverly Hills, that is, swimming pools, movie stars. And so he's getting dropped off for the first day of school for him. We're in the middle of the school year.
Right.
And they got a brown bag, and they can't even afford a fucking school lunch.
Right. Mom's leaning out the window.
Because they have pride, Griff. They don't want to go on the welfare thing where you get the free lunch. They're like, no, you're going to eat a peanut butter and jelly that I made because I have pride.
That's right.
But we know there's one thing. When I see somebody with this, I go, nerd.
Yeah. We already have the audience reactions, by the way, to Ken getting out of the car, and everyone's like, oh, fuck, is that a new kid?
Getting back to Guns N' Roses, perfect opportunity for Welcome to the Jungle to play.
There you go.
You know where you are. You in the jungle, baby. You gonna die.
So Ken is just walking, and he's already feeling the pressure of 1,000 eyes beaming down on him.
It's horrible.
Judging him, looking at his jacket. Is that jacket cool? He's noticing everybody's wearing White Sox, Bulls, Dodgers, Sharks.
There was no cool Kansas City team. In fact, I think all the Kansas City teams are in Missouri.
Right.
So I don't know what the fuck he's representing.
Yeah, exactly. So he's
Wizard of Oz.
He
was wearing some ruby red sneakers.
Fish out of water, everything, and he's like, "Oh boy, here we go again," because he's moved a lot. That's a GTA reference.
We didn't like because they say that he's a big Chiefs fan. He ain't even from fucking. They play in Missouri, don't they? They don't play in Kansas. Don't they play in the Kansas City, Missouri?
Yeah.
So it's much like the fucking Jean-Claude Giants on Giants.
Oh my God, you're right.
They got it wrong.
Guys,
this is why you need foreigners to direct your fucking movies because you get real good bad movies.
We learn later that he's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. Oh, that's so good. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
I didn't even place Ken that well because I just didn't care.
He could have had some. I think Barry Sanders from Kansas. He could have rocked some.
Oh yeah, there you go. There you go. That would have been big back in those days.
He's already. You said he's got all eyes are on him.
Right.
He's the new kid. He's fresh fish.
He's got the brown bag. He's just like
it's like prison almost.
It is. It's basically penitentiary, and he's just like, man, this is bad. But at least, and I'll let Murray give this away because I didn't struggle with this. I was excited when I had one of these.
He's like, thank God my mom didn't give me a thermos. And we all know only nerds drink out of a thermos. Apparently, I don't know.
Hey, Kenny Winnie, you forgot your thermos.
And it was just as people were like, maybe this kid's cool because they noticed he didn't have a thermos.
Yeah.
And then they look. Oh, there's a huge collective groan. Like,
yeah,
oh.
It was basically the Space Odyssey scene where the bone gets thrown into the air and you hear the dun 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 thermos, sun glaring off of it in every direction, blinding Ken, who catches it. Faith, Mom.
Am I gonna get a kissy wissy from my little boy?
My little Kenny Winnie.
Nope. He just goes, I don't know this woman. Just walks off. All right, so now we got to have him walking through all the cliques like every real life school had.
Yeah. This is actually, did your high school look like this? Where outside school, before it started, there was kids everywhere?
No, not at all.
Really?
Never. There was a couple kids across the street that would smoke. But no, we never had kids hanging out the outside of the school. It wasn't conducive to hanging out at my school.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was no like areas to fucking hang out.
Because it's like my high school and the elementary school I went to were across the street, and it was in the middle of a neighborhood. And so when I was going to elementary school, I was walked there. There was always teenagers all over the place smoking. Everybody in high school was all over the neighborhood smoking. So that's my image of high school is what we saw here.
No, we didn't have that. So we get all the classics. We get the skate punks. They got the fucking, like you said, kill yourself, sure, which you shouldn't do apparently.
Right. No, don't do that. Don't do that.
One of the skate punks is like flashing a gun at Ken.
Yeah, he's got the American flag t-shirt on. He's got a chain with a locket on there. And he's just polishing a gun. What the fuck?
Show you how fucking serious these motherfuckers are.
That's the most punk thing I've ever seen.
We meet a character who's just like a comic relief character that pops up every once in a while to relieve. There's a lot of tension in this movie.
Oh my god.
Vice Principal Kowalski. I don't remember this guy's name, but he was in. He's been in a lot of shit.
We looked it up before.
Tango and Cash. He played a hench.
Yeah.
He was in Blade Runner. He was the
Blade Runner.
was the first in the very beginning when they give the test and he kills that guy.
Okay.
So he's just like he sees some fresh fish. He's like, I got to break it down for this kid. He's like, hey there, put out that cigarette, put that gun away, put your dick away. Like he's just like,
he's constantly snatching cigarettes, pornography, spray paint from people.
He's like, what is this? I jerked off to this yesterday. Throws it in the trash.
Right. So he grabs Ken, he takes him around the shoulder, and he's just like, oh yeah, you're the new kid. Let me tell you, no cigarettes, no booze. Are you into sex? Are you a big freak? Do you like toast?
This is
a
safe sex zone. That's how we know we're in Beverly Hills. It's a safe sex zone.
Yeah.
Because Officer, whatever his character's name was, I don't even remember.
Amazing. I know what you're referencing right now. Yeah. Officer. So it's you mean from Taking of Beverly Hills?
Yeah.
Oh shit, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
That character sucked.
Ed something.
Ed. Yes, that's all I remember.
Yeah, and then he's like, all right, and then he's like, hey, you, put your dick away, and then walks off. And then he goes inside the school building.
Right. We get the nice T intersection. We get the overhead, big crowd, and we see Ken walk right to the middle of that T intersection, and a circle forms because one kid is getting ready to play a little prank ski on the new kid.
This was very ahead of its time. It wasn't until like about. When did Columbine happen? 6 years?
Oh, wow. What the fuck are you leading up to?
He throws a firecracker, and apparently fucking Ken run, hid, and fought because he was gunfire! He dives on, everybody get out! So he apparently in Kansas was ahead of its time because there's a lot of fucking school shootings, apparently.
You know, Murray, I didn't know where you were going with that one, but you're right.
It looked like he had PTSD.
Yes, you are dead on right about that. Why was he so freaked out about that? Why was he so ready to get everybody prepared? That's very interesting.
Yeah. Dylan Klebold apparently had
I feel like our guest would have had a lot.
Transferred to Columbine after going to Kansas.
I feel like our guest would have known everything about the background of this scene, but he's not here.
And then he gets up and he spots the girl of his dreams, Mrs.
Dreamweaver.
No, Mrs. What the fuck is his name? Dodgeball guy.
Oh my
Ben
God.
Stiller.
Ben Stiller?
Ben Stiller's wife.
That is her.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, this looks like that lady that's married to Ben Stiller.
It's you. I think they're divorced now, but yeah. Probably most famous playing Marsha Brady in the Brady Bunch movie.
She did?
Yeah. Christine something or other. Her character's name is Julie, though. And she is the fucking girlfriend of the school bully Tom.
Yep, that's what we're about to learn.
Played by, I don't know what his character's name was from College Kickboxer. The hero from College Kickboxer. Yeah. What did you prefer him as a villain or as a hero?
Murray, you know I don't remember him as a hero. I remember really enjoying College Kickboxer. Everybody, this is more advancement. Go listen to our episode on College Kickboxer. Very fun movie.
Very educational. It's got college in the name.
And a very good episode. Now we're going back a grade, so obviously this is the prequel to that movie.
Do you think they're the same character? Do you
Yes.
think? Because he did learn a lesson. We're not going to get into it because it's a spoiler, but I did like the ending, how it was very realistic.
100% love that. Also, I love that as per usual for our show, we did the sequel before we did the prequel.
Yeah.
Because
Well, we didn't
clearly
know.
this is the prequel to that movie.
Because this was American High School Karate
And
Tiger.
no one gives a shit about Ken. His arc is the worst.
I want to say I think Ken was in College Kickboxer. Ken was in.
Oh my God, we got to go check.
He is in a movie that we're gonna do if we haven't done it.
Okay.
I think it's Super Fights, but and I definitely want to get our guest who is not with us on for that one because he actually introduced us to these movies.
That might be a saved until he shows up type of thing. Okay.
So
we're meeting as you mentioned, we get the little bit of look between Ken on the ground looking up and sees Julie, and they kind of lock eyes, and she giggles, and he's like, fuck, I got to get to her before Ben Stiller does. And then we cut over to our villain, Tom.
Tom and his posse of his friend Rob and
Gina.
his side piece, Gina. Everyone's fucking Gina.
Oh, my God, yeah. Gina's looking great,
They
though.
just passed her around. And, they're just coming in, and then there's a classic nerd hall monitor. Did you have hall monitors? We didn't have hall monitors. I mean, we had, like, adults that were hall monitors. We didn't have kids that were hall monitors.
Yeah, we had adults, but I don't think we really had kids doing that.
And he's like, class is going to start. Get to your class.
I described him, especially in the notes, as a nerd Zach Morris because he did have all the attractive features, but they made him a nerd.
Yeah.
He was not wearing any starter gear. He had no sports
He
memorabilia.
had, like,
a sweater.
Sweater vest. On or
Yeah, with a
something,
tie,
with a button-up jacket.
glasses.
Perfect nerd outfit.
Yeah, but he was like an attractive young man, and so it doesn't fit.
But
nerd.
he had glasses, which means he's a loser.
And he
a
followed
nerd.
the rules.
Right. And Tom don't follow the rules. He makes the rules. So he's like, shut up, nerd. And just gives him like a wedgie.
Right, and we follow him over to class, and it just so happens that Julie is in this class.
Right. At this point we don't know that this is Tom's main squeeze.
Of course
Julie.
not.
And so we're like, oh my God, what's a nice girl like her doing with that fucking jerk?
Right, and he's kissing on her, and she's like, oh, it's so good to see you, but why didn't you answer my calls? We were supposed to go to the movie last night.
I was at the dojo, babe. Sorry.
This Sensei Lee, I just don't know about him.
You don't know anything about him. Shut your whore mouth.
Well,
she's like,
we got to get to class. Let's get out of here.
So we go to class, and I guess it's English class. I don't know. There's potato. This is a very clever joke. You're not going to get it.
I'm not going to get it.
Okay. Let me set the stage for 19. If you're 93, you're cracking up at this joke. It's potato written on the blackboard, but with an E on the end, misspelled. This is a joke that our dumb vice president at the time, Dan Quayle, who was George Senior, George W. or is it George W. It's George H. W. Bush or something. He had
Herbert Walker Bush.
Dan Quayle from Indiana. You know he's a moron.
Yeah.
And so he was doing like a thing where you're hanging out with the school kids, and they were like, all right, spell potato. And the kid spelled it correctly.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you need to put an E on the end of that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so many, the Colberts of that era got so much traction out of that joke. It was
The
beaten
internet-
into the ground.
The memesters don't even know.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah.
Never in my life. That's amazing. I love that.
Dan Quayle was just known for being an idiot. So, yeah.
Well, the Bushes are known for being kind of fucking basically borderline.
So that was the joke, people.
That's a good joke. I like that. And of course, we got more discussion about what is teachers saying this, by the way, what is going on in this school. I heard a new student got stabbed in algebra yesterday, and I want to know what happened.
Very class of 1984, this movie.
Yeah, very classic.
Do you also notice very very spacious bathrooms. Just like, remember that gigantic bathroom in Class of 1984?
Yes, I really like you pointed that out.
Yeah.
It almost looks like it's a set, but clearly this is a bathroom, and it's the 1984 bathroom.
So, of course, Ken, it's his first day. He's learning the layout of the land. He's late.
Right. Tom's cracking jokes, by the way, and even Mike, who we're about to learn is the cool guy, goes, maybe the kid deserved it. The kid got stabbed. That's what we're talking about here.
That's how cold-blooded.
In school. You want to talk about whatever vibes we got going on? They got kids getting stabbed. You got people bringing guns to school. That's why we need more guns in school.
So he's got, and the teacher's having none of it. She's like, I don't care what the fuck's going on, Mr. Kansas.
Yeah.
City, Kansas.
Are you fucking kidding me? I don't even care that kid got stabbed. You're late. Tardiness is godlessness.
There's a seat right there, young man. Go sit in it.
And we follow Ken, and he's got to go.
He's doing the walk of shame.
Thank you. He's doing the walk of shame. If you remember the Simpsons Stonecutter episode, there's people with paddles bashing him. Gina reaches up, and she's got to go through waves of denim to find it, but she grabs his cakes.
I didn't see that.
You didn't?
No.
You missed. It's because you wanted Gina to grab your cakes, so
Yeah,
you
that
just
would've been nice.
You just phased that part
Yeah,
out.
I definitely would have rather fucked Gina than Julie.
Oh,
Julie's, cute, but
yeah, Julie's attractive,
you
but
know,
no, Gina is she is the vixen. in
Gina
this
the
movie.
Latina.
Yeah.
And so, because I all I noticed was Rob, his friend Rob, with his gigantic fucking jeans on, blocking the way.
Yep.
But he's like, what's the password? Potato.
With
an E. And he lets him through. He's like, damn it. Go through. So Ken takes his seat, and this is where we meet his buddy for the movie, Mike.
Because Ken sits down and immediately locks eyes on Julie and starts drooling. And Mike goes, I see you've noticed Julie. That's forbidden fruit, my brother.
Yes. His role is to like...
He's the 80s goof.
He's the exposition guy who's like, I have to show you the ropes
Yeah.
to survive in this school.
Right. If it was a prison movie, he'd be a black guy.
This guy, he's another neo-Maxi Zoom Dweeby. He played, so much so, and he played Anthony Michael Hall's character from Weird Science in the Weird Science show.
Okay.
From the 90s, I believe.
Right.
I never watched it. I remember
Never,
he was on
yeah.
the USA Network. And I don't watch anything.
Yeah, you're not that
except for Silk Stockings. That's a great show.
You're not that patriotic. You would never watch the USA Network.
Also, fun fact, he was married to Jenny McCarthy.
No way. This dweeb?
Well, you know why? Because his dad produced a lot of TV shows in the 60s, like Bewitched.
So you think
she wanted to cash in on it.
Yeah.
And then he is the father of the child that is, according to Jenny McCarthy, autistic because of vaccinations.
Right.
The woman we have to blame for all of this shit. Yeah. Why are we listening to an idiot Playboy Playmate about vaccinations? By the way, she got vaccinated as a child because everybody did back then.
Yes.
I'm just saying, don't put this on YouTube, bro.
No, this episode, it is the episode that can't go on YouTube, but it is.
But yeah, so we get all our information from science from Jenny McCarthy.
Thank you, Jenny.
And we have this guy halfway to blame because he inseminated her mother's seed, as we learned from last week on Logan's Run.
That should be the real bride or a Child of Chucky movie,
So he's your classic dork nerd comic relief character.
Yeah, he was an 80s character to me.
Well, yeah, he's
over the top. His clothes mismatched. He's all over the place. He's wearing
playing
rain jackets.
fucking Anthony Michael Hall's character from Breakfast Club.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Like I said, Neo Maxi's Zoom Dweeby.
And of course, he's got to tell him, whoa, Julie's off limits.
He's the nerd that thinks he's cool. That's his character. So he's got the fucking, speaking of fucking Dylan Klebold, he's got the fucking trench on. He's got the fucking baggy clothes on. He's got the tactical gear on. And he's got the fucking John Lennon circle shades with eyeball holograms on them.
That's right.
Because that's his way of sleeping in class. He's like, see, I got it covered. Puts these on, they think I'm awake.
And Ken, being the, bless him, his little Kansas heart, goes, that's really cool, man.
Class is dismissed. Ken's got to go to his locker.
He does. Mike gives that final warning. Don't fuck with Julie. She's fucking Godzilla.
Which, by the way, have you heard about Godzilla -1?
No, what the
new movie? Everyone's
fuck?
losing their shit over. I think I'm going to check it out on Monday.
It's already out?
Yeah, it's a Japanese Godzilla.
Is it going to be like Shin Godzilla? Shin Godzilla wasn't amazing, but it was good.
Yes, they're raving, and I've heard people cry, and I'm like, get a grip, people.
Yeah,
the Godzilla fucking movie.
Hey, we're living in a desert oasis of like good movies right now. So
Well, I haven't been to the movie theater in a couple years, so I think I'm going to check it out.
It's in theaters?
It's in theaters.
Holy shit, I would go see this right now if it was in theaters.
Well, it is. And so, back to this movie. So, apparently they don't have lockers in Kansas City. It's just like everyone trusts everybody. You don't need lockers. You need to lock your stuff up.
This is a foreigner's perspective of the Midwest, where it's just like everything is super safe, everything's super spread out. Spread out is correct, not super safe, but
So he's having trouble opening it. So Mike goes, "Oh, you need some help? Let me do a little Fonzie for you." Hits it, and then he goes, "Oh, my arm," because he's not cool. He's not Fonzie.
they wedge it open eventually, and there's
a fucking green jock strap. Like, what the? There's a fucking.
Hey, he was from Weird Science, and this looks like a science experiment
There's
gone wrong.
like a fucking tube sock cum rag in there. There's a peeling off Kansas City Chiefs sticker,
which is interesting because apparently Ken is a Chiefs fan despite not being from that Kansas.
From Missouri, yeah. And so, there's like a green, I'm not, it's not colored green. There's like something growing on this jock strap. There's flies. I think there's a pile of shit in the fucking bottom.
We're not even done.
How did they even know this was his locker? Like, we're assuming Tom had something to do with this.
You think Tom had something to do with
this?
this?
Isn't this a prank, or is this just how lockers are in fucking California?
No,
anyone who lives in California, did you have a green jock strap hanging in your locker?
Based on our SoundCloud numbers, I don't think we have that many fans. There.
It's weird how nobody from L.A. or New York City, the two biggest cities in America, listen to us.
They probably got all our insider.
It's all that coastal snobbery. We are the heartland. That's where our fans live.
We are in the
heartland.
Yeah, we got some of those East Coasters
because they got hard.
Not in the busy section.
No.
Yeah. Well, we're
big in Canada too,
and we have all of Wimbley area. Of course,
we're loved in fucking.
We sell that out every time.
We're like what's that band that Pigeon, like Biffy Clyro?
Yeah, Biffy Clyro.
Who are total nobodies here, and they play like Wembley after we fucking do it, and fill it out.
They
call it Biffly when they're playing it. Yeah, it's like that. But anyway.
All right, so this locker is dirty as fuck. I don't think Tom had anything to do with it. I think they're just trying to show
Maybe it was Stinky Broom's locker.
Guys, we'll get this.
That's why he was having trouble opening it, because he didn't have the right combination.
We'll get the Stinky Broom in a minute. But
all right,
we're
getting it right
very
now.
Soon. We're going to the library. Of course, Mike has.
Or as we call it in Michigan, library. You said library.
Oh, did I?
Yes, you did.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I'm from Michigan as well.
Yeah.
Library.
Yes. I know this is a pet peeve because everybody says library.
Yeah.
I've noticed that. Indiana Jones says library in not the newest one, because I don't want to see that. Whatever the one that had Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a college professor, and he says library in it.
Oh, no. You can't have that. You can't have that.
So, all right. This is going to be a 5-hour episode. Sorry.
Sorry, everybody.
Going to the library, and Mike's showing the layout. He's like, now we get to see more clicks.
You said this kind of is akin to Breakfast Club. It's got that teen vibe going on.
I remember the skinhead character in the Breakfast Club.
Guys.
Underutilized.
Straight up, we have the first person he points out, not the skinheads, is... I turned on the closed caption because I was like, what the fuck's he saying? I already had a moment where last week I didn't know what I was saying and someone brought it up. Closed captioning says this as well. This character is named Stinky Broom. And Mike explains. He describes
well, every fucking... Everybody has that weird stinky
What
kid.
was his kid? What was the guy's name? Do you remember?
Robert Benson was the guy.
Robert?
Yeah.
My name was Roger. That's really weird. Roger, close, too close.
Yeah.
In fact, I don't remember his last name, but we used to call him Roger Klotz because that was a character from Doug, the animated show.
Oh, I thought it had something to do with coagulation. You thought he was a non-vampire.
No, Klotz, Roger, he was green with orange hair, so he looked like Stink.
Okay.
So
So does Stinky Broom. You said I glossed over this. Maybe I was having flashbacks of Robert Benson.
Detail that people should watch because he is literally dripping with goo.
Filth.
His hair, if that's conditioner, there is so much of it, a whole bottle of it dripping off him. He's got a book of Russian verbiage standing up, facing the camera, but far enough away from him, not hiding this at all. He's got like 2 paper clips, and he's playing with what looks like a little turd. It is.
I totally missed it. This movie's a feast for the eyes.
Dude, this movie is a complete feast for the eyes. I know some people don't have an ad blocker because you just got an ad blocker recently.
Yeah. And man, is YouTube struggling to stop that ad blocker.
Oh, it is a back and forth battle, and it's starting again.
Yeah.
But hey, you can turn it off, start the video, watch the ad, and turn it back on.
We're definitely not getting played on YouTube now.
Oh, yeah.
If we're doing a hack, we're doing a fucking ad
Oh, no,
hack.
we are. Because one of the people I learned about this from is a million viewer type person, and this is how I learned it. So we'll be fine for this one, not the other shit. But, yeah, you can go in and watch this movie without any ads in between. You just have to watch the one ad to start it, and you'll be fine. Holy shit, though. This stinky kid is he's a feast for the eyes, like you said. And then we move on to the next table, Murray.
Where we see, those guys are the neo-Nazis. He says it nonchalantly. And
nonchalantly.
It was accurate. They had the fucking short sleeve dress shirts with the suspenders and the boots. They got it right.
Did you notice what the one kid had on his sleeve?
A Nazi armband? A swastika armband?
He didn't have that.
Oh, what?
Confederate flag.
I guess so. I think it should have been a Nazi.
It's just
swastika.
It's a little too political for me, dog.
And we see those are the jocks, Biff and Pal.
Yeah, Biff and Pal, and they're not in leather jackets. They're in leather.
They're just headbutting each other.
Yeah, they got helmets with them.
Well, yeah, you got to know they're in the football team.
But they don't have leather jackets, which is how we identify all athletes.
I don't know. And then there's the lovely Julie. And Ken's like, there's Julie, my love. Hey, man, don't you go over there. This is Mike saying this. She's fucking Godzilla.
Remember, she's taking Godzilla.
I don't care. I just want to be her friend.
Back at where I come from, Kansas, we all hang out. We do not have cliques. This is lame, and I am doing what I want to do.
This is why I'm like, we have this a lot when we do these movies. We're like, who am I supposed to root for? Because Ken is the classic weaselly nice guy. I'm a nice guy.
Murray, I am so glad you said this because Ken has rubbed me wrong. I identified with him a little bit for the mom scene and the thermos, but we get into this scene and I'm already like, no, I don't like Ken.
He's like, I'm going to be your friend, and then she's going to fall in love with me.
You guys are wrong for having cliques. Let me show you how to do it right.
So, as he's making his move, Tom, Gina, and Rob roll in.
Right.
And he's like, Gina, they also point out the librarian, Mr. Johnson, who's apparently a struggling actor. I don't know why they had to throw that tidbit in.
Thank you.
And he's like, Gina, suck Johnson's dick. Distract him.
You know what to do with Johnson.
And she knows what to do with a Johnson.
Hey,
right.
We do need to point out, because this plays into the whole theme of this movie. We mentioned in that classroom that a kid got stabbed. Why did he get stabbed? Do you remember the reason?
No.
He was encroaching on another guy's girl.
Well, you don't do that.
You do not talk to a guy if he has a... Or you do not talk to a girl if he has a boy... If she has a boyfriend...
If you're a guy, you don't talk to a girl if she's dating...
Thank you, Murray. God damn it, my brain.
So Tom, like Gina's just going down on Johnson.
She takes him to the back room, takes off her hat 'cause she's always wearing that hat, and she's just playing with her hair. Is this working for you, Murray? Yeah. Is this what you want happening in your bedroom?
Well, my dick sucked? Yeah.
Well, the hair playing into...
Yeah, sure.
You don't even care. You just want the results.
So she's working the Johnson. Ken's like, hey, nerd, stay away from my woman.
You just said Ken.
Well, I meant Tom.
See, I told you when I was doing my notes, it was so hard not to get these names confused, and you just did it.
And Julie's like, chill out. It's the first day. He's asking me, if I like Nirvana.
So Rob and Tom have Ken up. They're ready to pummel him, and Julie intervenes and is like, no, it's his first day. It's his first day. He doesn't even know who you are. He doesn't know how this works.
Well, now you do, nerd. So beat it.
Ooh. Make like a DeHart and walk.
All right, it's the end of the school day. Mike is like, hey, bro, see you later. See you tomorrow.
I'll tell you more about all my cool shit later.
Ken turns a corner, immediately punched in the gut by Tom. Got to teach a guy a lesson, man.
That's right. And it's Rob. Gina was here, I imagine.
Probably. She also had a very classic 90s look. I've said it a million times. Bib overalls with one side unlatched.
Perfect. Salt and pepper.
Yep. Well, she's talking about sex, baby. She's talking about you and me.
And me? I know that song.
So they pummel the fuck out of him. They griff through his pockets.
That's right.
Pull out
Rob does, because Tom wouldn't do that. That's grunt work.
Hands over the $10 bill.
Hey, he's got some lifesavers and a 10.
I was going to say Ken again. Tom
I know.
rips the 10 in half. Doesn't even want it. Because it's not about money, nerd. It's about respect. This throws the 10 at him.
This guy is killing it. I still don't feel much for Ken, but I hate Tom. Tom's killing it.
Yeah.
His little stooges, great work. Tony Khan should be watching this. He could learn a little thing about healing.
And just as we think we're about to cut away a sleeveless gloved hand.
You know what? If we did a movie, this is where it'd be slow-mo and like fucking rockin'-ass music would start up, reaching down, helping our character back up.
Hey, young man, do you need a hand? And as they show that sleeveless gloved hand.
Oh!
It's fucking Billy. This is where Billy's been for the last 7 years.
Oh, my God. We start pulling.
Atoning for his sins.
We start pulling out. He's got worker boots on because he's a working man.
He's a janitor, school janitor.
He's a school janitor. You see the coverall pants.
Baggy as fuck.
We're working up. He's crouched.
Weren't they? I think everybody tucked their pants into their boots or shoes.
Boot tuck pant? Yeah, maybe.
I think he did.
We're working our way up. He's crouched over to help him up, and we see dangling out of his back pocket purple bandana.
You know, if you know cruising and you know our episode on cruising, you know what that means.
And you know what the question is right now. It's a purple bandana, but
what a pocket was it in, Griff?
Left pocket.
That's a receiver, right?
That's a giver, Murray. That's a giver, Murray.
Well, look, we're going to cut to the chase. We know you guys don't like doing research. That's why we do it for you. A purple bandana means he's a piercer.
In the left pocket means he's going to pierce you. I didn't know people did this in the bedroom, but apparently they do.
We do know we're piercing with your dick, but this is piercing with a needle, I'm assuming?
Hey, I looked it up on the dark web and everything.
That makes sense because Hellraiser Pinhead had a purple bandana hanging out of his bondage gear.
I'm glad you pointed that out so all of our fans can go watch a movie we haven't covered yet and explore the bandana world. But we're only at midsection at this point. We're still crawling up to see how he has evolved as a human, where he's at now.
He's got that receding hairline, flat top still.
He is above his coveralls because we know coveralls go, all the way up.
They cover all.
They cover all.
Coveralls.
But he's decided to drape himself in a navy fucking sweater with the sleeves blown out because it's the 90s.
Yeah.
So, of course, they don't connect to anything. You don't see his hairline in this scene, Murray. And why don't you?
He had a hat on?
Because he opted to wear a fedora.
Oh, I didn't even...
What the fuck? Sleeveless gloves, fedora. It's making me think of a whole different actor for a movie we have not revealed to the world that we probably may or may not do at one point.
We might do it next month.
But we may mention the actor in this movie.
Yeah, because he appears in it. He doffs it. He says, "M'lady."
My sir.
My lord.
My lord. There we go.
Picks up Ken. Hey, man. Because Ken's got a little trickle of blood.
That's all right.
And he's just like, let me clean you up, young man. Follow me to my janitor's lair.
So this is our first glimpse into the janitor's lair. Brick
Very
out.
Family opera.
Oh, my God. Thank you. Frayed wires everywhere.
And water everywhere.
Water dripping everywhere.
He must have some Zargatha traps.
Dude, he must be
because
a Zargatha fucker.
I would be terrified.
Maybe at this...
Because it is, we know the Zargathas migrated from Serbia to California.
Yes, of course. We learned that in Baywatch Nights, everybody.
Right.
Maybe he's piercing Zargathas.
Maybe
he's one in one.
I think there's a fucking porn subgenre about that. Piercing
Hey,
Zargathas.
Rule 34. It has now happened. And yes, me and Murray did direct it. By the time you're hearing this episode, we already went and filmed it.
So they're getting to know. He's like, tell me about your life, young man. Well, I'm from Kansas.
Whoa. You're not in Kansas anymore.
I guess you're not in Kansas anymore.
God damn
Very
it.
dead line delivery. From
Very
Billy.
dead.
And it's like, hey, Chiefs, right? Well, they're from Missouri, but yeah. All right. Now we're getting to a guy who can read a line like a motherfucker. Patrick Kilpatrick.
Yeah, you guys, they're fast friends, by the way.
Yes, of
that was
course.
all friendship happening.
Right.
Just to make sure we didn't display it wrong.
We're at the dojo that has no name.
I went to the desert on a dojo with no name.
I'm gonna call it the Dragon Kai because it's very Cobra Kai-esque. This is how Lee teaches his kids.
Yeah, I like that. The Dragon Kai.
And
Or Lee Kai.
they're just sitting down on the mat, basking in the glory of Lee. He is teaching his philosophy.
You may have remembered this from the opening scene. Or is that later?
No, this is right now.
Okay.
He is saying, he's like, we need to control. We need to dominate because success is control. Control is success. And it's like a fucking Scientology. They're eating it up. They're reheating it back to him.
Who do we see in the front row?
Star pupil, Tom.
Tom, Gina, Rob, mulleted 40-year-old man, bald 50-year-old man. Yeah.
So we're learning that Tom is his star pupil, much like Johnny from the Karate Kid. And he's like, bring me his opponents.
Good time. Who do you like? Could you do this? Do you like Lee better than the villain of, I can't remember, Cobra Kai's, Cobra Kai's villain?
Yes, I do like Lee better.
Lee is villain attitude.
Better look.
So good.
And he's like, bring me Tom's opponent. Because I guess, do they even, is there a tournament coming up? I mean, apparently there's no tournaments. They just fight in an underground fight ring.
Right. We're about to learn that there is an underground fight ring that's about to break out here. And Lee, for whatever reason, wants to soften him up because this is some griff action. This is betting territory. So I guess he wants to soften the guy up. But then it sounds like he picks him. It sounds like he picks him out of randomly. He goes, "I'll take the pretty one."
So this guy wasn't pretty. I don't know what. I guess he just thought he was pretty. Me?
Like we saw the
Gets
scene
up.
happen in Fight Club, which obviously was playing off of this, but they actually got a pretty character.
I mean, doesn't everybody want to punch Jared Leto in the face repeatedly?
Was that Jared Leto?
Yeah, the pretty one. Yeah,
he ruined Blade Runner 2049, didn't he?
I remember nothing about that movie.
You see, I said ruin, but yeah, I don't remember.
I'm trying
anything.
to remember outside of the movies we do. If there's any movie in the past 10 years I can remember anything about, and I'm gonna say no.
I can think of one, and we're gonna do it soon.
Okay. So Lee destroys this kid.
Absolutely.
Who won? I won.
This is top level heel shit. I love it. His vocals, his facials, everything about it. I love Lee.
Tom, I need to speak to you in my office. He just goes to his office.
No. Calm down. You're going the wrong direction here. Tom is pulled into another room by a character we learn is named Kate.
She is apparently the Lionheart character.
Oh,
a
yeah.
strong, independent woman who is
Yes.
financing this underground fight club.
Correct.
This is the natural progression of the character who I don't remember his name from Lionheart. She started out working in parking garages, working in half-empty swimming pools.
This is like the same time. This might be before Lionheart, right?
Around the same time.
It's around the same time. This might be like her origin too.
Maybe. There's a lot of...
Before she made real money.
Yeah. But this is, she's set up. She's got her organization set up.
Right.
The Dragon Kai Dojo. And she's like, Tom, come with me. And then she uses her sex appeal to manipulate. She's all about the fog.
Yep.
She doesn't need to dirty her hands with fighting.
Right.
And maybe she's teaching Gina that. I don't know. And so apparently there's illusions that she's fucking at least Tom, if not the entire
Well, Murray, you
class.
already said the key word there. You said fog. She's using her fog.
Her feminine wiles.
And she's got Tom in the back. I hear you've been picking on some little brat at school. What are you wasting my talent on little in-school fighting?
If you're not getting paid, you shouldn't be fighting.
Right. Well, he's just... No. You fight for me and me alone. You don't swing at anybody unless I make money off it.
Get your ass in gear. You have a fight tonight.
And she's getting up in there when she's saying this, and she's saying it like whispering it, ASMRing it in his ear and shit.
Blowing in his ear.
So we're just getting like the profile, and you can see his pants just whoop.
They actually made that sound effect.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna
slide fucking whistle.
Yeah, I'm not gonna add the slide whistle because people, whenever I do,
and then there was a little.
There was that too.
All right, this is a scene that infuriated Griff so much. We cut back to Ken's place.
All right,
it's morning. He's making himself another PB&J for school.
Right, he's getting his lunch assembled for the day, and we're in.
You notice no thermos. Ken ain't bringing that thermos.
Exactly.
Back.
And so we're in the middle of the kitchen. We got the little fucking table, vinyl seats, yellow, gaudy, everything. You know, they probably
something
just
poor
picked it up.
people would have.
Yeah, probably picked up from a garage sale.
Or off the street.
Or off the trash picking, of course. Hey, come trash pick with your mom. But here's the problem. This toaster, we're in the middle of the room. The toaster's not plugged in. The toaster's not plugged in. It's a prop setting. What?
Maybe he was getting it ready. Like, he pulled it. Maybe for some reason they keep it in a drawer and he has to, like, pull it out and he hasn't plugged it in yet.
I know you were in that state of disbelief. I had to pause it and think about this scene for 40 minutes. Like, it's a piece of art. I put it on the wall and I stared at it. I smoked 4 packs of cigarettes. I drank a bottle of whiskey and just let it take me where it was trying to. No, this toaster has no power cord. But there's
they couldn't afford it yet. Maybe it's on layaway. Maybe they're getting it piece by piece.
The cord's on layaway. There's 2 fresh, toasted pieces of bread popped out of it. Conspiracy.
Maybe he got it. He got him toasted. He unplugged it because he knew that's a dangerous thing to have a plugged-in toaster.
Right.
I don't know.
But here's mom coming in, high heels, little skirt.
What? I thought she was wearing the frumpiest looking outfit I've ever seen. I thought she had like a long like denim skirt.
Thought it was long denim.
Looks like something like a woman like in some kind of religious cult would be wearing.
Religious cult, so maybe that was the scene she was playing in or something. What is mom doing? Is she really working in an all-night diner?
I think we figured it out. She's working in the porn industry.
Exactly.
She created the whole genre of MILF. There was no such thing as MILF pre-90s.
Yeah. So
nobody wanted to fuck anybody's mom back then.
Why do I bring up the toaster? It's a prop. Why do I bring up the juice he was drinking, which was called crabapple? That's not a thing.
Crabapple?
No one drinks crabapple. So everything on their table was a prop. Is she
Ned
filming?
Flanders does.
Yeah, of course. Is she filming porn in their house, in their kitchen?
No. You didn't do. There was no gonzo porn back then. It was professional. You were on a set.
Oh, maybe she's stealing props from the sets?
Well, yeah, because she's like using it for like real.
Right. Okay. But anyways,
She's a single mom, trying her best.
Trying her best.
Not trying her best to look good because she looked frumpy as fuck.
Well, she just got fucked probably.
I guess.
Maybe
If you just fuck around Jeremy, which is probably what she did at this time, you'd be traumatized too.
I would not. Yeah.
All right. So they're just laying the groundwork. She's like, "Oh my God, I've been on my feet." Apparently, she's fucking standing up through the whole thing.
That's right. We follow Ken to his first class, and Julie is approaching him now, and she wants to apologize. And he's like, "Well, hey, no big deal." Apparently, they have first class together. Maybe this was this. Is this Potato Lady too?
Yeah.
And we head back in there, and they're chatting it up.
Tom rolls into school, fat fucking wad of money. Apparently, we learned that they only make $500. So it must be all in ones because it was this big ass wad.
It was a fucking huge wad. So it definitely wasn't hundreds. It might have been fives or tens, maybe ones.
But he's flashing it because he's proud. He won that fight.
Right, and Gina is all over him. Rob's all over him too.
And he sees Julie talking to Ken.
He stops his friends. Whoa, what is that fucking nerd doing with my girl?
Bro, chill out. Kate told you no fighting unless it's in the fucking dojo. Chill out. We can go get our revenge.
Right. And
Not in the classroom.
So they do calm him down enough. They figure it out. They work it out. But anyways, we go back to Mike and Ken arriving to the library. And this is probably your favorite, hilarious, most scene. Mike comes in with the binoculars. He's wearing the fucking camouflage jacket, looking around the library. I don't see Tom and crew. It's safe, bro.
And then he's like, I just want to be friends. So he walks over to Julie again.
Well, Julie waves at Ken.
Oh, you're blaming Julie.
I'm not. She just waves at him.
Look, see, we can be friends. Walks over, and then Gina, suck Johnson's Johnson.
It's a
Tom.
It's a replay of the first library scene. Library.
So, but this time Ken's smart enough to run away. And
Right.
They give chase.
So we're running. I'm sorry, Murray. All over the school. In, out, up, down. And we end up in an empty gymnasium. Doesn't look like they've used this in forever. The lights are off.
And he gets caught because the doors are locked. So he's trapped like a rat. Rob and Tom are slowly moving in.
Rob.
And he's just like, look, I just want to be friends. Let me explain. Look, nerd. This is my explanation. Shows his fist.
That's right. So they're closing in when suddenly emerging from the shadows, a janitor with a sideways hat and his mop. Step up. Hey, I just cleaned those floors, boys. If you're going to fucking scuff them, I'm going to scuff your face.
And they're like, fuck you, janitor.
They take a swing at the janitor. So the janitor just defends himself.
He mops them up.
Thank you, Murray.
And they run away. He's like Batman. He disappears in the shadows.
Yeah, because
again.
Ken goes, Billy, thank you. And Billy realizes, because of course he had that interaction 7 years ago where he broke a kid's neck on a staircase. Where he's like, oh my God, I just did it again. I beat up a teenager that's 40 actually in real life.
Disappears. All the students run in the gym. Oh my God, Ken beat the fuck out of Tom.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Somebody pisses on Tom. They don't respect him at all anymore.
No,
he
they don't.
ruled the school.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it always happens in these movies.
And Ken's like, well, not really. I mean, it was this guy. Mike's like, shut up, shut up.
So we actually follow Tom out of this situation, and he's going about, and he's, school's getting out, all the kids are all over the place, and a nerd in a fucking LA Dodgers cap goes, hey, here you're a dickhole now, Ken. Or, see, I did it. Tom. And we do this weird shot where Tom rears back to punch him, and then we cut to another frame of just a random fist punching this Dodgers cap in the head. And he's like, shut up, nerd.
So Mike is like, Ken tells Mike, no, it wasn't me. It was Billy the janitor. The janitor? What? We have a kung fu janitor?
Are you kidding me?
We got to meet this guy.
So they, Ken is absolutely in he doesn't know what to
Well,
think
they're thinking, where would a janitor live? Not in an apartment, not in a house, in the bowels of the school.
But no, the point I was trying to get to is Ken is like, he didn't help me. It's awesome that we have a kung fu janitor, but he's probably made things worse for me. Because the subterfuge here is that they don't think Billy beat the shit out of him. They think Ken beat the shit out of him, which is going to get Tom even angrier at Ken.
All right, now we cut to my favorite scene. We have Kate. We're back at the dojo, Dragon Kai Dojo. Kate is arranging another match for Tom, and she sees he's already been fucked up. She's like, what'd I tell you about that? You fight for me. You fight for money.
Take that headgear off, and she sees that he's all bruised up.
Lee wants to see you.
Yeah, I can't handle this. We're going to go talk to Lee about you. It looks like you got your the fucking ass beat. What the fuck?
We go to Lee's office. Did he have a... Am I remembering wrong? Was there an open fire for a place in this?
You know what, Murray? I did not notice that.
I think he was staring into a fire.
He had a lot of things happening. Again.
No. No, what it was shrine to Rockstar Hair brother. He had in his office. He had a shrine to his brother. Right. Rockstar Hair.
I was gonna say there was a shrine to somebody. Axes crossed.
Right. There was he scalped his brother, and he had his Rockstar Hair on like a wig, like head.
Guys, greatest eye candy movie we've done in a while.
So Lee has his back. He's looking at the shrine. His back is to Tom, and then Tom's just about to like give his.
He's on his wait.
No. Tom is about to give his explanation, and like literally, the hand just goes up. Talk to the hand because the face ain't listening.
This is 90s after all.
And immediately, Tom knows his place. Goes right down to his knees.
He does behind the back hand gesture, and then he flattens it and lowers it. What a good dog Tom is.
And he goes right to his knees. You know what he's expecting. He's getting out the fucking lip balm and everything. And he's like...
The menthol. Like that tingle. Gotta like that tingle,
Lee has the James Bond villain wardrobe on. Black turtleneck. Blazer.
Oh, my God.
Looking fine as fuck.
And we finally get the face reveal. No, we saw Lee before. We saw Lee before. Yeah. But he's got this gnarly scar. He's got the fucking mustache. He's got the little soul. It's so fucking good. And the lighting. I know it might not be a fireplace, but the lighting is so good on Lee here.
You have disgraced my dojo. You have disgraced me. We are winners. Don't you ever lose a fight again, or I may have to kill you.
Oh,
Kate, and then he scurries away. Kate's like, because he's like, it was this kung fu janitor. It wasn't some nerd. This guy had some moves.
Well, no, Kate's telling him, he told Nate, because of course, Lee's not going to listen to excuses. There's no excuses. You don't give him anything. You take everything from Lee. So Kate explains after Tom leaves, he's been saying that some weird janitor at his high school beat him.
Well, she like a great fight ring operator would be. She's like, maybe I could use this janitor. So she's thinking about more prospects. She's always scouting. She is the Duke and Levon of fight rings.
Yes.
Always looking for. She goes to a lot of Ellie Cobra games looking. She actually wanted fucking Lieutenant Crow.
That's right.
But he was just like, I aged out of that.
He's too much of a brawler.
Yeah.
She wants more finesse, kicking, endurance. But here's the other thing, as you mentioned, this is clearly the upbringing of our female character from Lionheart. This is a prequel to Lionheart. This has to be.
So she's going to start scouting some new talent. Next morning.
Lee tells her to go inspect the janitor. It is at Lee's lead that she's told to go check out the janitor because he's
got to meet the guy that defeated his star pupil.
Right. He hears a janitor beat him up, and he's like, go check out that janitor right now. Get me pictures. Get me everything you can.
So the next morning, everybody is like kissing Ken's ass. He's the new king shit of the school, and he's like, I don't want this, all right? I just want to be left the fuck alone and be friends with Julie.
And even Julie, no, you got that wrong, because Julie comes over. It's like, hey, Ken, how you doing? And he's like, you know what? I just can't do this. I can't do this. It's not going to work for me, dog. And walks away. Because he explains, I can't be the tough kid in school. I didn't do anything.
Whoa.
I don't want Julie to think the wrong way about me.
We learned that Ken is a weasel.
And
this is his way. He's like playing hard to get.
He went from being, I'm from Kansas, I want to be everyone's friend because that's how it worked for me back there, to I'm going to play hard to get.
And it works because she's like, head to class. Teacher's desk is missing.
It turns out those scamps, those lovable Nazi scamps in the prior scene, they stole the teacher's desk.
So that's it. That's the scene. I don't know why we needed this.
This is a jobber match waiting to happen. The punks showed, frustration with Ken. He could have beat them up on his way up. He could have beat the fuck out of the Nazis on his way up. He doesn't do either of those things. Do you think that was a mistake?
Yeah, no, it wasn't. We need 90 minutes.
90 minutes, okay.
School's out. Everybody's waiting for that big fight. They want to see the fight between Tom and Ken. Fight. Because Tom's got to get he's got to get control again. Because success is control. Control is success.
Remember, everybody, the rumor going around the school is that Ken beat the shit out of Tom when really Billy did. Ken doesn't want anything to do with that rumor, but the rumor has been placed on him. So as much as we dislike Ken, this is kind of a bad disposition for him.
Tom just beats the fully fuck out of him in front of everybody.
Right.
Mike helps him up, and they're like, we got to go see Billy again. So they go down to the lair. Ken is like, gosh darn it, this isn't like Kansas. I don't want to be like, I just want to have a friend. And like Billy's like, look, you need to learn how to protect yourself.
Right. Ken does tell Billy, this is your fault. You beating up, Tom and Rob did this to me. Billy owns up to it. He's like, yeah, I'm sorry about that. But here's the thing. You're a pussy. You need to learn how to fight for yourself.
Oh, right. Let's do it. Because Ken's into it. All right. This is where we get the fucking Karate Kid illusions. We see Ken mopping up a fucking bathroom, scrubbing toilets, and he's like, hey, this is all like that wax on, wax off shit. No, this is about doing my job for me.
This is about humility. And you're going to do the urinals next. Because this is fucking grunt work, bitch.
See ya.
See ya.
Walks out, and then Ken looks over the urinal, and then we get a whole fucking lineup. There's like 20 fucking urinals.
Class of 1984 bathroom. There was the class of 1984 drug deal happening in the bathroom while this Michael J. Fox is in this scene.
He got stabbed. He was the kid who got stabbed.
And Ken cleaned up the blood.
And Ken had to clean up with a fucking toothbrush. The fuck, Billy?
And it was a man-made toothbrush by Billy. It was just frayed wires on a fucking piece of wood.
All right, the next morning, Julie is not happy with Tom about beating the fuck out of Ken. And she's like, look, man. She look man Tom.
She look manned him?
That's all she had left. She's at her wit's end.
Guys, please, go visit our old episode. What is it called? Steel Justice?
Steel Justice.
No, it wasn't Steel Justice.
No, it was.
Iron of Steel?
Legion of Iron.
Legion of Iron. That is the origin of Look Man.
Yeah, one of these days we're going to do
an origin episode.
Well, yeah, Golan-Globus Theater
glossary
reference episode.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. But we're going to talk about it.
There's random days where we take notes on some things. Yeah, we'll see if that comes together.
And she's like, you got to choose me or Lee. And he's like, he's just dumbfounded. He doesn't know.
Nobody does it quite like Mr. Lee.
Then we see, hey, we need some levity. That was a tense scene. So who's our comic foil? Vice Principal Kowalski.
Vice Principal Quayle.
He's making his rounds. He's taking cigarettes from kids. He's like, hey, Smoke them if you got them.
You were asking for more band tees in this this movie, and there is a thug wearing a bandana with a band tee on, making out with a girl, and then
Yeah, he
like
tells them,
kids
hey.
smoking cigarettes.
He's like, hey, let me see some space in between you two.
Yeah, let's.
What do you think? This is a porno? And then he spots Kate lurking. She's like taking her notes. She's got camera, taking pictures.
He heads off to a secluded area to smoke the cigarettes he just took from the kids.
She needs an alibi. She can't be seen lurking. This is pre older women fucking teenage boys. Every fucking you can't throw a dead cat without hitting a woman trying to fuck a young kid.
Nowadays, yeah.
And so she's like, oh, shit, I need cover. Oh, yeah, I'm interviewing for the sex ed position.
I'm interviewing for a substitute teacher. Oh, yeah, what class are you? Because he thinks he got her in a trap just like that. She can't remember a class in school. Sex Education 202. That's the advanced course. And he looks up and down, and then down again, and then up again. Maybe we can work on some things together. Just let me know if you want a little professional criticisms.
So Kate basically hangs out at the school watching as Billy trains Ken. Ken's doing some sprints out on the fucking track field.
Yeah, they're just out in the back, open field, running around. The sun's going down. We can see it's.
She goes back to Lee with all the info she's gathered, and he notices something. Didn't she have like some videotape?
She had pictures, which, by the way, pictures back in '93. How long would it take to get those developed?
Well, I think they had the 1 hour photo, man.
1
You
hour.
can go there. Yeah.
Okay, so we can assume this happened in the same day then.
She probably has a dark room in her.
She might have a dark room
in the.
Yeah,
Dragon
she might
Guy
know.
dojo.
She might know somebody. She might.
I mean, she obviously does to this.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Are we sure they weren't Polaroids? All I know is Lee goes.
It was not a Polaroid.
He notices a balding flat top. It can only be Billy. Learn more about this fucker.
He never says the name, by the way. We have to interpret all this from his facial reactions.
And he's got great facials.
Amazing facials.
Back to Billy. Real training is ratcheting up. What's the ultimate martial art training?
Well, we're in the empty gymnasium, as we saw
and
before.
we learn not only is the best training for nature, it's also using what you have.
Yeah. I thought he was going to train Ken on how to do a nice tight 5-minute set because we have a spotlight on a brick wall.
Dodgeball people. But I think this probably, I bet you Christina, whatever her name is, told Ben Stiller about this scene. Said, you need to make a movie about this. And I need to be in it.
I feel like we need to know this woman's name at this point.
So he has a Ken against the wall, and he starts pummeling him with fucking dodgeballs. And we got to remember, he's not a master now, so he's getting pummeled. He's getting hit.
You were right, Christine Taylor.
Then we get, by the way, this is where we hear that amazing fucking song we opened up with about finding your spirit and your heart and all that horse shit.
Hearts on fire,
we
sure
see
desire.
Tai Chi. We see push-ups on cinder blocks.
In a backpack. I feel like we've seen this before, Marie.
Yeah, but this was used to punish people in the movie we saw.
That's true.
Backpack full of rocks.
And
walking up a hill. Running up a hill.
Running up a hill, of course. Running up that hill. We got to tie in with some of the Spotify hot trends from that Stranger Things show.
What?
Stranger Things. I thought that made Running Up a Hill a popular song again.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
You got to keep up with the trends, Murray.
Yeah, keep up with the fucking 40-year-old song that every 10-year-old would be listening to, whatever the fuck those kids
know. Most of the people we talk to, we say that nothing gets over on its own anymore. Sign of that.
It's a Kickboxer 3 reference, people. The
It
backpack
is.
full
Thank
of bricks.
you. Sasha Mitchell. We did this episode a few months ago. Go check it out.
Montage wraps, and Ken, he's getting it. He's getting better. And
Clear.
all we needed was 2 minutes to see that.
Right. And he confidently tells Billy, I'm going to land a kick on you right now. Misses the kick because Billy dodges it, and Billy slaps the fuck out of him.
You got a blind spot, kid.
And you know what? We're talking about Ken is not a great actor. Ken is clearly a 35-year-old man. Yeah. But he does a good job of being very emotional here because he is like a teenager, just fucking high on his own supply, and he gets that slap, and he's just like, fuck this, I suck at this, everything fucking sucks, and Billy calms him down. Look, kid, you got a lot of guts. You've come a long way, but you have a long way to go before you fucking champ. You got a long way to go before you reach the top of rock and roll.
But how am I going to get Julie? I mean, I really like her. I should ask her out. I should ask her right now because I'm going to get beat anyway. Hey, kid, that's no way to think.
Whatever floats your boat will get you. Billy, come on. Stick with me here. Mr. Miyagi.
He's like, this is his rap. She's talking to you? That means she likes you, dude.
Yeah. Thank you. I wanted to go down this avenue because Mr. Miyagi had a charming way, a metaphorical way of talking to Daniel's son. Billy, the writers of this movie had nothing to give to Billy Blanks. And so Billy's lines are, whoa. Did you say she's talking to you still? She's into you.
Yeah, she's totally into you, dude.
Have you ever...
She said hi to you? Hi.
His advice does not go beyond that. It could, for as much as we know, it could be, have you followed her into a bathroom yet? Just saying, it might work. Just saying. Like, he might be just throwing out darts here.
That's total, like, stalker encouragement. She talked to you?
She talked to you.
She's totally into you, bro.
This is the problem. I got complimented one time in the last 8 years by a random woman. That's the kind of shit Billy would encourage me, be like, yeah, you need to follow that woman in the bathroom.
She wants to fuck you.
She wants to fuck you so bad.
Next morning, Billy, high on that supply, finally makes his move, asking Julie out. And she goes, nope. I'm dating Tom. Don't you get it? He'll kill you.
Of course.
And then this is the power dynamics. Like, this is pre shit we're living in now. She's like, he kind of owns me.
Okay. I love her excuse. And you know what? I wouldn't put this past a teenager if we dumb ourselves down to teenagers. Because their excuse is, Ken, what you need to understand is me and Tom have been dating for 1.5 years. That's a long time. I can't just break up with him. He treats you like shit. He does treat me like shit. But he's confused.
Ever since he started going to that dojo.
Mr. Lee.
Mike notices it. And he's upset. Like, I'm the fucking Casanova here. Why didn't you come to me?
Watch me work my magic. He's the levity here. Turns a girl around. Hey, babe, what's up? We want a Tootsie Pop down to old shop? Exactly. And this girl is just like, that's harassment, and I'm telling
She just slaps him in the face. This is the old days. You just slap the guy.
That's all we could do.
All right. Another training session, this time in the sauna. Apparently there's a sauna underneath the bowels of the...
Right. Again, this is where we get...
I think it's just because there's so much dripping water next to the boilers, it turns into a sauna.
Like, fucking Freddy Krueger, eat your goddamn heart out. His fucking elaborate system of underground sauna, boiler room,
It is very Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's amazing. Because
it's lit that way. It's like dark, but there's like a light in the background.
The only thing that's missing is the rafters. There's not enough like catwalks and shit like that, The
catwalks are in the upper part. We'll see later.
We'll see. That's the auditorium. Yeah. So that's not his layer.
Yeah, for such a rundown school, kick-ass acting department, drama department.
Exactly.
But we'll get to that. But he's like all sweaty, Ken. He's like, whoa, man, that was a very intense workout, man. I don't know if I can take this heat.
Why the fuck did you even make me train in that kind of heat? That's bullshit.
I'm going to say it exactly how Billy Blank said it. Heat is pressure. It increases your endurance and stamina.
Well, he's tired too, Murray. That's what he was trying to act out.
You're right. Well, let me go towel off. He bends down to pick up a towel, and he looks in. He pulls a griff, looking into, pretending... Looks into the locker that Billy keeps his shit, and he sees the badge. He didn't, as we pointed out, Never turned in his badge. He turned in his uniform.
I mentioned this before. I said he doesn't turn into the badge and gun as we always see. He turns in his pants and jacket. Oh,
and he's
man.
like, well, he was a cop, thinking to himself that, and he leaves. Up, gotta go home. Goes out. This is nighttime.
He's whistling. He's doing the Columbo whistle. This old man, I can't whistle. Otherwise, I'd whistle it. Hey there, little Columbo punk.
Hey, Darsh. Yeah, it's a South Park reference.
Oh, I was going to say this.
But that's basically what that guy's channeling.
Yeah, no, he is classic. I don't know if they do this in modern high school. We did one modern high school movie, and they never did this bully. So I guess this is a relic. But I love this bully.
Also, you notice, I think this was, they had a wardrobe department. Villain.
We already said they didn't have a wardrobe department.
They did. That's why we're wrong.
Okay.
Villain. They both always wore button-down shirts.
Always.
Villain always tucked in.
Yes.
Ken always untucked.
Untucked. You're right. Villain Tom was like Seinfeld level tucked in.
Yeah.
Like he had the jeans, the Reeboks, and the fucking Seinfeld
fresh,
shirt.
white Reebok.
And at moments, Julie was channeling Julie Lewis. Elaine, yeah.
The big ass trench coat.
The trench coat, the fucking jacket over, a lot of Seinfeld.
Hey, Darsh! What do you think you're doing? Learning martial arts? Well, yeah, I am kinda.
You're kind of a pussy bitch. He's wearing sunglasses at night, by the way. Tom is.
We're going to get into that scene, the sunglass duel off. That's later on.
Oh, okay.
That was nice.
I love it.
Goes for a roundhouse, and fucking Ken dodges it. Gets frustrated, starts throwing more kicks. Ken's dodging and bucking and weaving.
We should have heard the voiceover. If you can dodge a basketball, you could dodge a kick. That would hurt. That would hurt. That would hurt. That would hurt.
And he's like, what the fuck, man? He's getting frustrated, and Ken does a fucking front kick to the dick.
That's right.
Fucking Tom falls over.
Ken realizes he's still no match for him. He got a kick in there.
In.
Yeah, he dodged everything. He's realizing, oh shit, I did learn something. Runs just as he's running into a baseball field, by the way. And in between the school and the baseball field, there's a grass lane there where Kate happens to be.
Headlights turn on, and Kate goes, hey, get in. I'll give you a ride. He jumps in. He's a scared shitless. He doesn't give a shit.
So we're inside this car. We're going on a death ride here. And Kate is telling Ken, wow, you really got some moves, kid. She's just blowing that fog out.
Well, like we said, she's like always scouting for new talent.
All right.
Maybe she was one of Duke's hoes.
That's
what really started.
She might.
When she was like 12, Duke found her at LA Cobra game.
Guys, we're sorry about that.
Don't blame me. Blame Kinjite.
We're sorry about that. Blame Kinjite.
I'm not sorry.
I had a Kinjite sighting today that I showed Murray. I found that fucking light fixture.
Tacky ass.
It was in a bedroom.
Fiber
it was
optic fucking flowers in a glass case.
The thing is,
those exist. That wasn't made for Kinjite.
Yeah, it was next to an ornamental case on a fucking what do they call those mirror systems? Vanity.
Okay. Anyway.
Ugh.
So she's like, kid, you got some moves. Like, I think I could do something with you. I mean, we do need jobbers too in our underground fight ring. We got to build up our stars.
Yeah, there's so much
money. She doesn't say this, but that's what she's thinking.
There's so much money to be made. There's just thousands of dollars thrown around every night. We're not going to get figures yet.
Yeah, don't take my word for it. Let me show you.
So
they go to the Dragon Kai Dojo.
Let me show you.
So at night, I mean, I didn't see, like, they have, like, literally, like, a horse race track. They have the betting fucking
booths, yeah. They have the multiple different receptionists there waiting to take your betting slips and everything.
Hot dog sales in. Get your hot dogs.
Dude, the all hot dogs. You know what? I hate that you bring up hot dogs because I just had to listen to Jim Cornette's Omaha Steaks thing. Do you ever hear somebody talk about a giant hot dog? You're like, oh my God, I want that.
No.
I
haven't eaten a hot dog in years.
Why is a bigger hot dog good? Like, hot dogs are good the way they are.
It's Freudian, okay?
It's completely Freudian.
They want a big dick in their mouth.
They want a big dick in their mouth.
It's all about size.
Just want a normal hot dog.
So she takes him to there. Like I said, where we got it's like fucking a sports arena. I'm surprised they're not holding up the city to pay for a new fucking dojo.
We've seen this time and time again across our movies.
Because I noticed there were no suites. There were no owner boxes.
Yes. Good call. You see, this is what's ruining sports today. Every time I watch a football game now, they show me the owners of the teams. I don't give a fuck. I'm here to watch the sports boys.
So he's like, wow, this is pretty cool. Let me break it down for you. You know how much our winners get? They get 5% of the fucking the house. And if you lose, you get 2%.
That doesn't seem like that much.
You can make $500, young man. Try to get that on a paper route.
Well, you know what? Back in 93, Murray, convert that 30 years later.
500. Yeah, you can fucking live a year off what you can make off one fight. That was like $25,000.
$25,000.
One fight, one night.
That's not even an hour's worth of
And
work.
you can fight as much as you want.
That's all right. Yeah, you could probably go out there and do 3 matches.
Yeah, this was like the early days of UFC where they had a tournament. You had to fight 3 times in
You
one
did?
night. Yeah, there was a tournament.
I didn't realize that.
And so, yeah, so he's like still not convinced. He's like, well, here, why don't you watch one of these fights?
Yeah, just let's go watch some of these fights. They sit down in the middle of the crowd. We're looking at this audience, as we already brought up in the opening half of this episode, diverse as fuck.
Everybody.
You got
underground fight. I've said this for decades. Underground fights bring people together. Why are we banning this shit?
Right. You know what? We always
for an underground fight ring. It's very above ground. They actually have fucking. I think MGM Grand is involved with it. They have fucking sponsors. They have Otomic,
yes.
whatever that is.
Yes.
How is this underground?
Yeah,
everybody knows about it.
There was it didn't exist at the time, but the Monster energy drinks obviously didn't exist at the time. But what was around? Jolt Cola was a sponsor. You had paramedics on site.
Yeah, got to.
In uniform.
Snickers was a sponsor.
Snickers, of course, a sponsor. Starters was a sponsor because of their jackets and all that shit. Sportswear is huge.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the main event. From parts unknown, Lee. He has no other name. It's just Lee. We don't know if it's his first name, his last name.
Sometimes, actually, as they introduced him, he was the sensational Sensei Lee. And, there was another good one that I don't remember. So, sorry, everybody.
So, see, this is why I wish we'd had our guest on, because there's a very professional wrestling psychology to the matches in this fight, this movie.
It's so good, and it's everything missing from wrestling today.
Because you gotta have your bad guy eat it a little. You know, he can't just come out and just destroy the guy. You got to make it think like it's either evenly matched.
Right.
So Lee allows his jobber to roundhouse him to the face, and he just eats it and doesn't even register it. He no-sells it.
And Lee just he sells the fuck out of being an unsavory character, which is what no one else wants to do.
He speaking unsavory, punches the guy in the dick after eating that kick.
Right.
And then just fucking demolishes the guy, pummels him.
But, Murray, I got to say, this is what I heard. This is an AEW crowd. And so they're watching the champion.
It's all about work rate?
They're watching
What did Dave Meltzer give this fight with Lee?
9.5 stars out of 5.
That's almost 10 stars.
That's almost 10 stars out of 5, by the way. So it's almost a 200% excellent match. And because what bothered me, and again, I bring this back to AEW because no one can be a heel. This bad guy was doing all the bad shit, but this is his dojo. This is his hometown. So people
Home dojo advantage, man.
Yeah.
It's real.
So he's cheating his ass off, and the crowd is
No holds
chanting.
barred, dude.
No holds barred?
No DQ. They said no DQ at the beginning of the match.
Murray, these people are out for fucking blood.
Of course.
And Lee is
As any-
delivering.
Any underground fight audience would be.
Hey, dominant control is success, and success is control, and he is successfully controlling this human being.
All we needed was a woman to lick some blood off her tit, but no, this is a PG movie.
This is PG.
PG-13.
It's not quite in that daddy phase of the underground fighting yet. That's Lionheart. That's the sequel.
Everyone's like, Lee. We see this guy get stretchered off by the paramedics. Ken's like, all right, I think I'm kind of into this. Because Ken knows nothing about Lee. He doesn't know that that's Tom's fucking sensei.
We see after the money and the fighting, he's a kid. He's got a lot of hormones. He's like,
We know he needs money. His mom's working her pussy to the bone.
As far as we know, she's working her pussy to the bone.
Pussy with a bone. Yeah.
And we just cut to Ken telling Billy, man, I just saw the coolest thing. There's underground teenage fight rings happening down at the Dragon Lee zone.
I could make money. We could actually fucking get the fuck out of LA and go back to Kansas. We could finally afford to live in Kansas again.
No! Look, man, making money as a teen fighting might make your bones hard, but it'll make your brain soft. I'm sorry.
And he's like, hey, I got to tell you something. When I was griffing the other day in your private stuff, I saw a badge. Yeah, I was a cop.
Yeah.
Well, why don't we bust these creeps? All of a sudden, Ken is so easily swayed. He's like,
we
it was cool just 2 seconds ago.
We need it. We need to probably ice that cake over here, pal.
No, we don't.
Ken comes in all excited about the fights. Billy tells him, child fighting is fucking wrong. And he goes, I know you weren't always a janitor. The emotional shift that happened, it wasn't just us. It's this movie.
There was a lot of
Yeah.
bad music.
Yeah. The shift was jarring. It wasn't just us. It's this movie as well. And so he tells him about the badge, and Billy confesses.
And he's like, but then he's like, well, let's bust these. He accepts it. He's like, I hate pigs, but you're all right. You're one of the good ones, Billy. Cops, I mean.
Billy confesses. He's like, I have been thinking that I should go back to the force. And I see no better way to get back in than bust this case.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you get your job back.
Isn't it?
You just do something it's illegal to do, first of all.
Yes.
You're doing...
Yeah, of course.
But in the world of movies, perfectly sane. Even if you kill somebody, as long as you do it in the name of the law.
And we know.
Next day, Tom is all horned up from fucking fighting. He wants to just fuck... Kate, he's at the dojo sparring. Kate blows a little wisp of fog up.
Tom's coming in hard. Yeah, I just won my fight the other night, and he's shadow boxing, and he's flexing so hard. He's got his little tank top on, his hair all over the place. Murray's loving it. He's the only person with crazy hair that Murray's like, yes, give me more.
Because did you see any hair touching those ears?
Yeah,
none.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
And she's like, I hope you lasted longer than you did last night.
3 minutes.
And that just totally throws ice water on his dick. He's back in his place. She put him back in his place. Because he was testing his limits with her. And she's like, I run this show.
And then the camera does a third zoom out, and we see that Gina's overhearing this whole
because she also goes, well, you didn't look so good when Ken was whooping your ass at school.
That's right. So intrigue on intrigue on intrigue.
Back to another montage. That's all we need.
Nature training.
So the first montage, we see him learning. Now he's gotten better.
Yeah.
This is all we need.
Right. This is like the real shit. He's not scrubbing toilets anymore. He's out there. We're jock rocking it out.
And
opening music, you heard.
Earlier, the last scene Ken was in, it was all about money. And Billy's teaching about the spiritual side of martial arts. So they're doing Tai Chi. They're meditating. And as we're doing it, we're getting the back and forth where we're seeing Tom cheating by using a gym. And we see I
think you're skipping ahead for
Okay.
that one. You're getting a little too far. You're not reading the notes we did here. We're training in nature. We are doing the Tai Chi. Ken is starting to learn some tippy taps. Murray, still we're ratcheting up the roller coaster. We're not quite on that, plateau yet. We're mastering the dodgeball competition. And then we finally get into Billy investigate. We're snapped out of the montage.
No, we're still in the montage.
For the investigation?
This is a multi-montage. We're getting of Ken training plus Billy getting back into the cop mode at the same time.
All right, so tell me more.
Well, Billy is at the dojo taking pictures. You know.
We got to talk about the phone call, right? Does he make the phone call yet?
No, he does not.
He does this alone.
He's getting the.
I did you. I just went too far. Yeah.
He needs some proof first.
Okay.
Spinelli is a stickler for proof.
And also, you can't trust high schoolers, so he's got to see it for himself real quick.
Julie is observing, watching him get better as he's running the track. Fucking Mike is collapsing, doing his comic relief shit, and then finally it ends with some meditation with Billy, because Billy is like, they're out like in the desert or some shit.
They are.
Billy's on a rock formation and just meditating, and then Ken walks up, looks at it, and he's like, it's not just about kicking ass.
Yeah.
It's about spirituality, and he sits down next to him.
That's right.
And learning.
Exactly. I'm glad. Oh man.
This is when Billy finally, he's got all the proof he needs that this is an illegal fight ring.
Are you ready? Do you want to be Spinelli or Billy?
I don't care, because I barely remember the scene.
Bring, bring, bring.
Okay, who am I? Hello, Spinelli. What do you got?
Oh my God, is this who I think it is?
I don't remember this fucking scene.
And scene. That was perfect.
Okay.
So Billy calls out Spinelli, and he is so fucking excited to hear from his old friend.
How's it hanging, old partner?
Hanging to the right, friend.
See, he finally gets it. It's not about lynching.
It's not about lynching.
Your dick.
It's about Dick, and his dick is rocking like docking.
We could use you on the force, Billy. You can come back anytime you want. He's like, I've been thinking about that.
I've been thinking about it.
In fact, I got a lead on a little underground fight ring.
Let me go through a little transition. Back to for Shadow. And we're back at the
so he's like
Tiger Karate Dojo.
Spinelli's like, I gotta invest. I gotta see this first before I take it to the captain.
Right.
So like they go. This scene.
Perfect.
No,
perfect.
It's imperfect because the guys in the dojo are totally in the right. Because this is what happens. They're hanging out. They're parked across the street from the dojo. A guy just exits the dojo with a big fat wad of money he just won, and they just immediately attack this guy. This guy doesn't know they're cops or anything. They just slam into him. For all he knows, they're robbing him because he has his wad in his hand.
Let's just say they're trying to do like the coy Lethal Weapon. What are you doing? Billy and Spinelli are just walking up, and Billy goes, I'll just ask this guy what's going on over here.
He doesn't ask anything. He pins the guy against the fucking...
No, it's their Lethal Weapon. We're doing this cool thing here where we know they're up to no good. The audience knows they're up to no good. So our illegal police work here that's completely illegal is cool, actually.
Well, you know why it's illegal? Because Billy's no longer a cop, so he can do it.
Exactly.
So
that's why it's legal.
This guy is just getting into his car. They slam the door on him, grab the wad of fucking money he had. For all this guy knows that he's being robbed. His friends come out thinking he's being attacked by these two. They're not in uniform.
Right, exactly.
So they do the right thing to protect their friend.
It's that bullshit thing where it's just like, oh, you didn't know I was a cop, but actually I'm a cop, so everything you did that seemed like it was in self-defense is actually wrong.
You should have asked me if I was a cop.
We have to tell you. That's a rule. That's a law. Yeah. That's admissible in court.
Yeah. So somehow, did Billy train Spinelli? Because he's kicking this old fucking Italian kid's beating up young guys who are trained fighters.
Murray, I happened to see this movie again over Thanksgiving, and I just want to say the Puma Man action music should have been playing over the
Also,
because this action
weren't they by the docks? I remember water being.
Why was there no? I swear to God, we may have Mandela affected this into each other's brain, but for some reason, the parking lot. So you have Karate Tiger Army Dojo, a dumpster, the parking lot with a dumpster in it, and then a little creek, river, ravine situation going on. Why the fuck was that there? It had never been there, and suddenly it's there for this fight scene. Amazing.
So Billy and Smiley beat these guys up, jump in their car, and take off. So now we see cut to Lee's office. He's watching the security camera footage of these fights. He fucking recognizes Billy and goes to his goon, a goon that we already know that you will get to know maybe next month.
You would think we've already seen this goon in this movie. No. It's a new goon to the movie, but a new goon to your hearts. He's been in my heart for about a month.
And you
a
got
half
it
now.
wrong. He does not have a switchblade. He has a butterfly knife because he has to flick it around like everybody does.
I got it wrong. Yeah, you're right.
And also, the Asian guy's been in some movies. I'm pretty sure he was in Showdown in Little Tokyo.
Yeah, Mike, I know you're listening.
Yeah.
We're talking about our boy here.
Yes. And he's like, kill him at the school so everyone can see it.
Did we announce a movie he was in? Are we going to
No,
do that?
we did not. Yeah, we don't know if we're going to do it. So.
I know. Are we going to announce any of the movies he's in?
No, because the only movie we know he's in is a movie we might do.
Well, he was in that other one we looked at too.
What other movie?
Oh, no, I don't remember that one's called. He did some other, like, it seemed like
he was in, no.
I don't remember what that movie was called.
No.
It was boring. It was not as good as I thought it was
almost
gonna
as
be.
boring as what we're doing right now.
Yeah,
so
I
we're
know.
going to move
Okay.
on.
Move on.
Next morning, Julie tells Ken, like, look, I've been watching you. You're getting better. You're learning.
No, she's coming in and she's just like, I wonder what you're getting up to tonight. Yeah, I'm just going to go do some shit. Oh, you're going to go train with that big black man? How did you know? Well, I thought you were on the track team at first. You've been running the track so hard. But then I realized that you've been practicing martial arts with that big black man.
She did emphasize big.
Well, she turned to the camera, too.
Black man.
I don't know why she did the shifty eyes when she said man, but...
And then he's like, well, do you want to go out with me? I mean, I could.
You clearly been spying on me. You're into me, right?
No.
You want it?
No, I'm not into you.
What is that? This is the most high school relationship I've ever heard of.
Griff, control is success.
Success is control.
It's all about control. And she's got hand. She's got the hand.
Was Ken trying to control her before?
Yes.
And then
she's got hand now.
And then he gave up. And so
no, she's reclaiming hand. She had hand first.
Ken never gave up. His giving up was actually trying to rope her in closer, so he could.
No, because he was playing hard to get. Now he's revealing he does want her. Ergo, she's back in control.
Yep, I get it. Nope.
Yeah, power
Guys,
dynamics.
you see oh my God, it's amazing.
Too bad this only happened in high school. No, this is the rest of your life.
Too bad exactly what you said. This is only a 90-minute movie, and we're going to be going on 5 hours for this episode because it's so fucking interesting.
Back to the JoJo. The police are busting the place. There's a fucking because they got all the evidence they needed. They got no evidence.
Nothing.
We see people just going in and out with money in their hand. Ergo, there must be a fight ring.
Exactly. We've seen this place operating at night. There's people coming in, the light fixtures all, up there in the ceiling and everything. Never mind. But yeah, this place is immaculate. And then suddenly the police show up for the raid. It's torn down.
It's empty.
The bleachers are blown up. There's a couple fucking by the dumpster out back. It's like the police are like, ew, I don't want to be here. Clearly, no high stakes fighting is happening.
Thanks for wasting our time, Billy. I thought you were a real cop.
Excuse me. Billy's not involved with this. Spinelli's taking the full brunt of this one. Yeah, he's got to take the L again.
He's like, God damn it, Billy. All right, here's another great scene. All right, Tom's taking Julie out to a night at the movies. Like, I think they're going to go see Couch Kickboxer.
Guys, if you have ever watched Seinfeld and you know the fashion of those early seasons.
Oh, my God. We got to talk about the fashions. All right, because they're dressed to the nines. They're going out. This is back in the day when you were a kid. You wanted to be an adult. You didn't want to go, I'm going to come with my best anime T-shirt. No, you were like, I want to look like adults because we're grown-ups. We're 16. We're going to have an adult date.
I still want you to give me a handy in the theater while the movie's playing, but I'm going to dress like an adult while we do it.
Tom?
Also, there's no such thing as Netflix and chill. You have to do this charade in public.
Yeah. Tom is wearing. He's learning from his master sensei, black turtleneck. And this crazy ass
in living color neons,
a vest of many colors.
Oh my god!
Crazy vest. A fucking
Dockers up to above the waist. John Claude posters are everywhere hidden in this movie. So John Claude
Julie's
inspired.
full blown Elaine.
Yes.
She got a gigantic trench coat on.
Big ponytail, big earrings.
Rob, don't forget Rob, wearing a beret with another turtleneck.
Gina also wearing a fucking. She's usually wearing a hat, but she's got like a beret on too, and she's got a turtleneck. She's always got the crop top though.
Classy.
She's really into, but she's wearing the tall pantaloons that cover her belly button. So she's like, I want drift, but I want like the weirdest mid drift.
So Julie's like, Tom, I have to talk to you about something. Well, you can talk to me while you're blowing me in the back row.
Cause girl, we never mind.
Where you're going. And she's just like, and then he just loses his shit. She's like, I'm not going to blow you at the movie theater. You fucking cunt! What the fuck?
Are you kidding me? I wore a turtleneck?
I own you! I own you! We've been dating for a year. You're mine.
You own me.
She's not blowing him, people. She's just angry.
That's fog.
And she just walks out. She's like, fuck this. And then he's like, Gina! This dick ain't gonna get sucked on its own. And then she's like, yeah, whatever, boss. So they go out to see fucking American Karate Tiger 3 or some shit.
And we cut over to Tom's house. Tom's house. God damn it, I did it again. We're going over to Ken's house.
Hanging out. He's got his fucking Kansas City Chiefs pennant on the wall.
He's just laying in bed.
He's got like a 1950s pinup picture on the wall. I don't know what like teenager would have
all
that.
Kinds of strange pinup photos and everything. Mom comes in Friday night. My boy, what are you doing? I've been working all night. We're trying to shoot a scene in our kitchen with our big toaster, and you're here.
In fact, if you can use the pizza prop later on for dinner. Because it's a piece of delivery guy.
Here's $10. Go see a Star Wars. Get
I don't
the
think
fuck
I've
out of the
ever.
house.
Everyone says that. I don't think I've ever seen a porn where there's a pizza delivery guy. Everyone acts like that's like the scene.
Yeah, I guess that is something because that is in my mind too. The sausage pizza that has dicks in it or something.
Okay.
Have they ever made that into the women brings the pizza and somehow our pussy's involved in the pizza?
I hope not. So she's like, son, it's getting worse. I'm making Noma. People don't want to fuck MILFs now. It's not 2000 yet. American Pie hasn't come out yet. Nobody wants to fuck a woman over 30.
But Mom,
what am I going to do?
What does that mean? Well, son, it means we're going to move again.
We're going to move to New York City. We're going to have to move to New York City.
No, Murray, it's even worse. Kansas, Paradise City, still in California. Can you guess where we're going? Angel Town.
Wow, well they can afford to live in Angel Town.
They can absolutely afford to live in Angel Town, assuming Olivia Gruner has not completely gentrified the area.
So
this is a few years earlier, I think, or later.
Idea. As she staggers out, gets a phone call. It's Julie. She's outside. I love this. She's supposed to be worried, like she's in a seedy side of town. There's a guy who looks like a roadie for Poison in the background.
Darby Allin all over
Total
the place.
Dork, and she's like she's scared, like she thinks she's in Angel Town.
They have this lit perfectly for this scene though, because he's half in the dark, but you see that he's wearing leggings. With jean shorts, he's rolled up, so you can see his black leggings underneath it. This is why I called him Darby Allin, because he's doing that.
I noticed that.
Yeah, he's got black leggings underneath jean shorts. He's rolled up really hard, and he's smoking a cigarette. And you can
looking real scary.
Yeah,
what
real
color
scary.
was his bandana? What pocket was it in?
Oh my god, I did not because it was too dark. So I'm sorry, everybody. Otherwise,
it was a tartan one, and it was in the fucking right.
Oh my god.
Hey.
What does that mean, Murray?
He's a fucking charms receiver. He's a bull. That's what they call it.
So are you saying that
he's a power bull?
If she knew her bandana code, she would have nothing to worry about, right?
Yeah, she goes, this is just a nice gay man who's looking for some random sex with a stranger.
Right.
So she's like, can you come pick me up? I'm at this really scary movie house. You're like, all right, I'll do that. Because he's in full-on friend. I want to be your friend mode.
But Murray, we got bigger fish to fry. You know, a certain evil character, Lee, put a hit out on Billy.
Right. So
Do you like that, Billy? Lee?
He's cleaning up. He's mopping up the stage at the auditorium. And, like, it's like fucking, what is this? Like 9, 10 at night? Why is he working, first of all?
This is how we expect
Getting
our
overtime?
blue-collar people to work. You got to work 34 hours a day in order to make a living.
He hears, like, something. So he goes down underneath the stage.
He's expecting to find, of course, Vincent Price in his Theater of Blood, kind of affair.
And he's like, I love, I was going to say the play they did. I don't remember the shit.
Yeah, I don't remember any of it either. I'm sorry. I put us down the wrong road.
So then we see the Asian guy's got a chain. The Italian guy's got a fucking butterfly knife.
Asian guy,
he slams the chain down.
I swear to God, this Asian guy was in 3 Ninjas. I swear
he was. No, he was in some movies we've done.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
because
so this guy's been tormenting my childhood forever.
He's up on the stage and he slams, because there's like a grate, and he slams his chain on the grate. And then Billy turns around and butterfly knife guy's there twirling the knife.
Right. And so they're going to start fighting. Billy is eluding everything. They're going up the stairs, going across the stage. And, of course, there's a big set laid out for some kind of production.
Yeah, we had an auditorium at my school. We didn't have, like, big catwalk thing up at the top and all this shit.
You didn't have California money. The population at 93.
And we didn't have, like, TV show sets. They literally had 2 sets on the stage.
It was supposed to be like an apartment that they had all set up. We'll get back to here, but first we cut back over to, I think,
Ken has finally picked up Julie. They're having a little nice fireside meetup at the beach.
Oh my God, you're quite the outdoorsman.
He pulls out. He's like, "Hey, I found some. Where did he fucking get marshmallows from?"
I don't know. He keeps these in his fucking glove department or something.
Glove department. You mean glove compartment? Glove department.
That's what I always called it.
Oh my God! And she's like, Are you training because you want to fight Tom? And he's like, yeah, I am. Because I want to steal you from him.
Oh, yeah. You got a good movie when the whole plot is based on, I want to beat your boyfriend's ass.
So I can own you.
So I can own you.
Yeah, because that's how it works.
And, of course, her eyes swell up. She's like, really? Is that a swell in your pants, or am I just happy to see you?
Back to the auditorium. Fight is continuing. They're fighting in the apartment because they make it look like, for a second, were you like confused? Were you like, how did they get an apartment? Because it's closed in enough. It looks like they're in an apartment building.
I was like, oh, we're at Billy's place now? Yeah. I literally thought this fight continued all the way to Billy's place. No. And then I realized, oh my God, no, this is the set that was on the
Probably
auditorium.
The sets that fucking Ken's mom got fucked on. That was probably. Did you see there was a pizza box? There was a pizza box.
I saw the pizza box and I saw the toaster not plugged into anything, and I saw the same yellow chairs that were in their kitchen a few scenes ago. You're right.
So Billy's finally getting the upper edge on Chain Guy, and he's right next to a window, and then fucking Butterfly Knife Guy, fucking Jason's it. He goes right through the window, stabs Billy in the arm.
Right.
So now Billy's injured.
Yeah, he's down on the ground. He sweeps a leg. He gets himself back up. He fights them both back off. I'm sorry we don't remember all the moves. You know the worst part of art, critiquing, reviewing, is action, despite the action podcasting. Yeah. So...
Griff's cat just emerged from the bowels, covered in fucking spider webs.
He used to do this. He used to do this so much in the early days of the podcast. If you go listen to an episode like 4 years ago, 3 or 4, you might hear us talk about it, but he just did it again.
All right, we got to power through this. We got a whole page.
I'm sorry.
Got a whole page.
All right, so Billy has swept a leg. He's recovered.
He takes the knife out of his arm and slashes the stomach of the Butterfly Knife Guy.
Yeah.
Subduing him.
Yeah, so both the goons are knocked out and Billy hobbles off. So we get to see that he is not well, but he
just got stabbed in the arm.
Yeah, he is leaving under his own will, if you will.
So next day at school, Ken's walking to school and Kate's waiting for him. She's like, hey, I got some friends in the porn industry. I know your mom's not cutting it. Nobody wants to fuck a woman over 30.
She does the thing where she goes, hey, I hear your mom needs some money. It's dick sucking, you know?
And she's like, I'll give you a spot. I'll let you be the mid-carder.
I'm not going to go anywhere with you. You don't talk about my mom like that. She's a waitress at a diner that happens to serve a lot of truckers and wrestlers passing by the night. Well, I also have a lot of police friends, so if you want to try to rat me out, I just want you to know it's not going to go very far.
I'm a very powerful woman.
Thank you.
And if you cross me, bad things are going to happen.
Thank you, Murray.
And he's just like, I'm sorry. I'm not hearing this.
Well, if you're not hearing it, I think you should go talk to your friend Billy, who heard a little too much of it.
No!
Are you channeling Lou Ferrigno? Or wait, Rob Brown? Billy!
Billy!
Thank you. Cage 1 and 2. We did both the episodes.
So he goes running to the underground lair, and Billy is nowhere to be found.
In fact, the whole auditorium, which is apparently his domain now, is police taped off, and vice principal is there just to ward people away from
Runs to Mike. Have you seen Billy? Who the fuck is Billy? You mean that big black guy?
The guy you've introduced me to and we have been friends with now for the last 30 minutes of this movie? That's Billy. Oh, I don't see color. I don't know what you're talking about. Friend. And it just so happens that as this conversation's happening, Julie's walking by minding her own business as Tom arrives on school with Rob and Gina close by.
Does he know about the meetup with Ken? Is that why he's pissed off at Julie? Or is he just pissed off because she didn't blow him at the movie theater the other night?
Well, no, he just comes up. He's like, hey there, babe, what's going on? And she goes, ew, don't call me babe. In fact, don't touch me. In fact...
That's also another reference to Barbed Wire. Another great episode we did. Don't call me babe.
Don't call me babe. Thank you, Murray. Yeah, she goes, don't call me babe. I'm not your property anymore. In fact, you're gross. And if you get too close, I'll have Ken kick your ass.
And that's all he needed. He loses his mind, slaps the shit out of Julie. Hey, leave my girlfriend alone. We're girlfriend. You're my girlfriend, right? Right?
Promise ring, bitch. You're mine. If I didn't know any better, I'd say this was also a prequel to Undefeatable. And this is Stingray. But she's not a redhead, so...
So a fight is about to break out until cooler heads prevail because Rob comes in and goes, no, dude, save it for the dojo.
Right.
We can make money off this fight. This is heat.
Yeah. Ken comes in to play savior. Rob says no. And Gina is the one who goes, guys, settle this like men. And she calms the situation, calms it down. They're like, yeah, you know what? Friday, my dojo, 8 p.m. on the Ocho.
All right. This is where we need the final Ken has finally got it montage where he's a master at everything. And we're getting that. And once again, for such an underground fight ring, I don't know why Julie makes fucking flyers for their underground illegal fight ring.
She was also the one saying, Ken, don't do it. He's a murderer. I don't recognize this man anymore. Yeah, go ahead and fight him. I'm going to print out flyers.
Because she bet a lot of money on this fight.
It's not only that, Murray. We've been saying that Ken is not the protagonist we want. He's kind of a shitty person.
He's just weaselly.
He's weaselly. Well, it turns out that Julie, pretty weaselly herself, because she's into this business.
There are no good people in this movie but Billy.
Yeah, she's hot to fucking try. She's like, I want to see some dudes fight.
She's the girl that would lick the blood off her tit and then fuck one of the fighters.
She wants to sit. She might be in Lionheart. Sorry, I saw those knocking around and it just annoyed me. She might be that chick. She's really into the blood sport of this whole interaction. So she wants a new guy to overtop her old guy.
So
Ken she's annoyed with all the hair.
I would. Ken is weak.
Gotcha.
a week to get in master form. So this week we see that not only is he a master, the student becomes the master because now he's teaching Mike how to fight.
Right. We had to do something throughout this because Billy's not around.
So Mike is like, ugh, he's like falling down, and we're getting nice comic relief. He's holding Julie's hand. They're having a great time. Love is in the air. Tom, another great scene. This is a movie full of great scenes.
Yes.
Tom losing his fucking mind. He just lost his girl to a neo-maxi Zoom dweeby. And he is pummeling the shit out of Rob. Rob's like, hey, what the fuck, man? We're friends. Fuck you. Rips off his fucking headpiece. Hair. This is hair acting. We talk about eye acting. We talk about hand acting. I think we just discovered hair acting, Griff. Because his hair is just disheveled. It's a mess. He looks like Robert Smith from The Cure. It's fucking amazing.
It is incredible. It emotes so much. You're right. It is perfect. This is a great scene. And then, that's it. That's all the training time we get. There's only a few days here in this week, so we're cutting right to the big fight.
Friday, 8 o'clock.
We're down in the locker room. No Billy to be seen. So Mike has to come in to console Ken and comfort him and cheer him up.
Mike, wearing a kimono and a headband.
He's really,
He's very culture appropriating here.
Well, at least he's not wearing, like, the Asian eyeglasses because we know he's a big fan of eyewear.
Yeah, so he's got to hype up Ken.
And he's using all the old... He's griffing him up. He can't get him right. You just got to, like, fly like a butter sting, bee, float like a moat.
Whatever, man. I got a lot of money on this fucking fight.
So
win.
You better fucking win. I swear to God.
All right. Wait. So Ken's heading to the ring, and now Julie doesn't want him to fight?
Julie, again, her character is the most untrustworthy character.
Manipulative. Yeah.
Manipulative character I've ever seen. Because she floats like a butterfly in between fight for me, don't fight for me. And she's back on don't fight for me, you're going to die.
Well, because she's familiar with Tom's hair situation. She sees that's like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, that might be it.
Yeah.
It also might be she's trying to play victim here, so if he does get murdered, she can say, I told him not to. Everybody heard me.
And she can go back to Tom.
Mike heard me say it. And then she can go back to Tom because she's a very complex character. People, watch this movie. She's a very complex character.
Tom enters. He's got the JCVD gear from Bloodsport.
Did you notice that?
Well, he had pants, though. He didn't have shorts.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
They weren't the shorts, but they were the pants with the big
Gold
yellow
sash,
sash, which is very akin to Bloodsport.
Ken, true to his blue-collar work ethic, sweatpants.
He looks like a janitor.
Yeah.
He looks like a janitor.
Well, he's looking like his sensei.
That's what he trained in. And so Mike tells Julie that, oh, man, these
because she's like, oh, my God, he's going to die. He's like, don't worry. I called the cops. They should be here at 8. Or maybe it was 9. I don't fucking remember. I just want to see some blood.
Match starts. Ken staying light, dodging everything.
This is where I'm kind of bummed out we didn't have our guest. Because this is a classic wrestling psychology match.
It is.
We get our heat spot. We get our comeback. Explain it, Griff.
So we get Ken. He's eluding. He's dodging. We got all the heat. We got our protagonist eluding.
You always got to have the babyface come out strong at the beginning.
Right. And we couldn't have him come out just landing blow after blow after blow. But his success comes in him eluding everything, making our champion, the guy who's been training and fighting in this for the longest time, Tom, look like a fool. Right. And Tom looks like a fool. And Tom knows how to wear it on not only his face, Murray, but his hair.
Right.
And his hair is a fool right now.
It's straight up Bill Murray Kingpins.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So he's a mess, and everybody is just getting in on it. And we've heard this fight scene before where people go with Tom, they go with Lee, but the first time they realize, no, Ken is a true babyface, and we love him.
White meat babyface.
He's a white meat babyface. Thank you for really getting down into the fucking territories.
And then he lands the first blow.
Right, because Ken comes hard. Ken, I did it. Tom comes hard and starts landing some kicks and says, fucking fight back, bro. And so Ken dodges a couple more kicks, blocks a couple, and lands a dick shot. Was it not a dick shot?
I think it was.
I swear to God, he fended off a kick and punched Tom right in the dick.
But this is where we get our heat spot. This is where our bad guys got to get some heat on by taking over the fight.
But we need to mention that dick spot landing, crowd in a frenzy. They're all on board the Tom ship.
Which is why we need our heat spot.
Ken ship. Excuse me. I said Tom. They're all over Ken, not Tom.
So then the fucking heel needs to take over with a heat spot. So he takes over and starts beating the fuck out of our babyface.
He thrives on the booze. He loves the booze. He can't wait. That's his home life. His mom getting drunk and beating his dad, and they're yelling boo at each other. So he's thriving on.
So we need a little hope spot now, Griff, because he's getting pummeled. We need our babyface, so he lands a shot on Tom, and we're like, oh my God, here's the comeback. But no, Tom has to get his heat back, so he destroys that hope spot and takes over again.
Right, we get a moment there where he's standing over and we said, "Get up, little punk, get up! Come on, fuck me up, Ken. Take my girl, Ken." And he tries to land a little leg sweep and everything, but no, Tom takes back
There's
over.
a very important scene we forgot to mention. Because Kate is watching. Lee comes out to watch his boy fight. And this had to have been an improvisation by Patrick Kilpatrick. He grabs Kate's hair and pulls it off her shoulders.
Oh,
she goes,
my
what?
Lord. See, we have not done Lee enough justice because there is enough scenes where he's subtly involved.
What? Because Lee reads hair too, Griff.
Yeah.
He sees the master work that the actor playing Tom does, and he's like, I got to do a little hair acting on my own.
Oh, my
and he
God.
Remember, Lee doesn't have hair. He's got fucking short-ass hair.
Right, you're right. It's shaved to his head, basically. Holy shit, you're right. He is hair acting without hair, and that is he
is using another actor to hair act.
That is Billy Drago hand acting on top of hair act. Oh my God, this is next level.
So
this is why you come to Golan-Globus Theater. This is the intrigue you need.
He pulls the hair off her shoulder, and you can tell it's an improvisation because the actress for a second is like, what the fuck's going on? But then she goes with it.
I'll go ahead. I'm going to let you know now. I'll download this. I'll send you over a gift to put up there because this is heel scene all over. I could not believe that scene. Everything about it is powerful. I love it. It should be up on the Twitter.
Because she's always throughout the movie been like, I run things. Success is my control. And he seizes the control from her simply by just pulling her hair off her shoulders.
Yeah, and just kind of oozing over her. And her look, it's not one of like distaste. It's kind of like power struggle. And she turns and looks at him. It's just the struggle.
So there's actually two fights happening at the same time.
It's amazing.
One is psychological, one is physical.
Right. It's amazing. It's amazing.
All right, so now Tom is still getting the heat. He's pummeling the fuck. It's like, oh my God, this babyface not going to win. Ken's going to lose.
Right. He's being thrown into barrier after barrier. Griff's in the background in his fringe jacket with his fucking $38 that he bet on, one side. Oh my God, do it, please. I need this.
Lee busts in, kill him, my boy. Destroy him.
And of course, that's going to be music to Tom's ears. So he's just like, yes,
he's finally getting the love from his father, his surrogate father that he never
father.
had.
Yeah, that's
his
right.
dad left him.
He would love a cuck situation.
His dad? Spinelli.
Yeah. Oh my God, that would be the greatest fucking. Oh my God, full circle. Yeah. If we did the director's cut, that's what we would add.
Why? Mom was a prostitute, forced to fuck Spinelli so she wouldn't get arrested.
Holy shit. So prostitution is like the fucking.
That's what they don't realize. The commonality between Ken and Tom. Both of their moms are in the sex industry.
Right. If they talked it all out, they'd be like, "Oh my God,
we have so much in common.
So much in common. All of our frustrations, all of our angers, everything is in common, and it all comes from the same fucking. Wow, Murray. This movie is so deep. You could fucking. Oh my God.
I think these movies are dumb, but
a sycamore could grow in these fucking roots. The soil. This. Ground?
This
Anyways,
fertile soil that we're laying down.
This beautiful metaphor we're building here is
sowing
amazing.
those seeds.
It's a shame that everybody has.
You're reaping the benefits.
Everybody has.
You're reaping the fruits of the seeds we are sowing.
Everybody has either put it on 4 times speed at this point or stopped listening.
I definitely know Aubrey's on 10 times.
It's
Yeah.
giving up.
Yeah.
It's like, guys, you lost me at hair acting 8 hours ago. All right.
All right, so all hope is lost, right? Tom's gonna win it, right?
Right. Ken is on the ground. He's bleeding everywhere profusely.
And then all of a sudden, like the Red Sea, the crowd parts. We just see a golden god all in denim. It's Billy.
Billy!
And he just gives a thumbs up to Ken, and that's all he needed.
Is this the original Orange Cassidy? What the fuck is this, Billy? A little bit more. Like, you can do it. You can yell out, hey, wait. We never came up with a fucking encouraging line together. Unlike Lee's destroy him, my boy. Bill's got nothing. That's his fault in training.
That's why Billy Blanks didn't have a huge career.
That's why Billy blanked.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry.
So Ken hulks up. That was all he needed was that thumbs up from his sensei.
He goes full Hulk Hogan. He goes full fucking goddamn
Jerry the King Lawler.
He goes full Lawler and takes the strap off. No.
Rips his shirt off. Fucking abs for days.
Jesus Christ.
We didn't know what he was hiding behind those pillowy fucking shirts.
The pillowy 90s outfits work so well because Ken is ripped as fuck.
Julie has an orgasm just seeing the abs.
Well, yeah, she's been waiting for this moment pretty much all of her life. Sorry, Phil Collins.
As Griff so aptly put it, the audience goes into a Kenzie.
Yeah. See that, guys? It's like a play on the word frenzy.
Ken. Now it's your turn, Needle Dick.
Yeah.
And he does fucking roundhouse upon roundhouse. Fucking destroys Ken, and he is the winner.
I swear they did some of these like shot by shot, like a blood sport or something. Because like we said, we have seen action posters. They have made a nod to Karate Kid. I swear they did some of these shots to pay homage to those movies.
Well, there was no crane kick. There was a lot of roundhouse.
Oh, no, I know there wasn't a crane kick, but the roundhouse is, like I said, reminded me of
that's
like
the
a blood
ultimate
sport.
fucking, finishing move is a roundhouse. It looks pretty.
Yeah. And you can do 9 shots of it, and they all look good. Yeah.
All right. It's over, right? Our hero won. No, because we still got to deal with Lee, and Lee will not be disgraced in his dojo. So he just comes out and just cheap shots Ken. Kidney punches, pummeling the fuck.
You mentioned Ken was crowned the winner, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He wins.
I'm sorry. We're at the closing moments, everybody.
So now we have to have Master versus Master, because Billy's not going to allow his fucking...
Master of Puppets? There's no Master of Puppets. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to...
I know.
Billy enters the ring for the final fight between the ultimate heel versus the ultimate babyface.
Right. Because Lee comes in and just starts pummeling everybody.
Right.
He's fucking hitting on Ken.
Yeah, he beats the fuck out of Tom.
Yeah. He even beats
much
the
like
Tom.
the fucking end of Karate Kid, where the Cobra Kai master beats up Johnny.
At least we had it in this movie where he said, "You disgrace me again, and I'm gonna fucking kill you."
Right.
And
he did warn him.
Yeah, he did, and he comes right out there in front of everybody and starts pummeling Tom. For
I think
losing.
he doesn't even punch Rob. Like Rob's like, "What the fuck, man?" And he like punches Rob or something like that.
I think Rob came back to stop him and at least shoved him away. He was aggressive with Rob too, but I don't remember. So Lee is going nuts on everybody, and Billy steps in. Step away from the kids. Dun dun dun. Big showdown.
Step away from the kid. That's his line. This is why Billy Blanks never achieved fucking that level.
Billy was not ever given like a line, like a one-liner that worked or anything, because he could have been decent. He could have had some good B-level moments, but he's down to C-level because of he has no fucking
So fucking Billy's kind of controlling the fight at the beginning. Right. Once again, this is wrestling psychology 101. babyface always starts out strong.
Right.
And then you have to have the fucking get the heat.
Yep.
Get the heat on.
What have we seen throughout this whole movie? Lee is a fucking dominator. He's going to beat ass, take names.
He'll do whatever it takes to win.
Chew bubble gum. He'll do anything. He'll kick you in the dick 1,000,000 times. And so we're seeing that Billy has the gumption to go up against him. And he's holding his own. So everyone's getting behind Billy. They don't even know his name, but they're chanting Billy somehow.
And he looks like
think
a Billy.
Think about that.
He looks like a Billy. That's why he always plays Billy.
Yeah.
Until Lee gets the fucking control, the heat, by kicking him in the dick. Billy falls down. And this scene, you can never get away with this today in movies or wrestling. But this is a move Roddy Piper would do.
Yes.
This is ultimate heat.
Ultimate.
You have a black man lying down in front of you, and the white villain pulls off his belt and starts whipping him.
Yes.
And at insult to injury, he starts strangling him with the fucking belt.
Now, Murray, let's give our audience credit. Did you notice their reaction to it?
They hated it.
They hated it.
Yeah.
They booed Lee, who we've seen do cheap shots before, and they cheered for him. They wanted the blood.
They went too far.
But they got a real baby face. They got 2 real baby faces tonight, and they cheered for both of them. And so now that Lee is choking out and whipping their new favorite baby face.
And then I'm not going to let you hurt any more kids. That's his fucking line. This is why Billy Blanks just got stuck in fucking straight to video hell.
Exactly.
That's a horrible line.
He turns it around. He comes back. He's getting all the kicks landed. He rips his shirt off. We see that he has some impressive abs as well. Lands some kick. Does a jump kick.
Nice continuity. Nice nod in the continuity. He had a bandage around his bicep where he got stabbed.
Yeah, where he got stabbed the day before. It's all or week before. Yeah. It's all going to plan, and everybody's.
It's just a
cheering
repeat of the
his
first
ass
fight.
off.
He does roundhouses again. He defeats Lee with roundhouses.
It's pretty flat, but it's good, and it works. And everybody starts cheering. You did it, Billy! You did it!
No, you did it.
Ken.
Cops arrive finally because it's 8:00.
Or 9 o'clock.
Mike did call. Well, yeah, the cops arrive fashionably late because they don't want to seem like nerds. So they show up at 9:30.
There we go.
And they just arrest everybody. And
we're getting quick closure on all of our characters. So there's a moment where Kate's trying to escape, but Mike stops her.
He just like face palms her.
He face palms her, and she goes down.
High faces her. Yeah. First of all, do we want our hero beating a woman up? First of all,
is he a hero?
Mike? We're supposed to be on his side.
He's a fucking GEEK geek. I don't give a fuck what he does.
He is a pencil neck geek. He's a bald-headed geek. Whatever. Yeah, Kate gets knocked out by a man. I guess that's funny.
Yeah.
Tom, this I like this because Tom goes. We're waiting for.
You alluded to this before, and it is 100% a great fucking
true
climax.
to character.
Yes.
Because because Tom comes up to Ken, and then Ken he puts his hand. Tom puts his hand out.
Tom extends his hand to Ken, and we have that long hanging moment. Like, oh my god, are they gonna shake hands?
Much like in Karate Kid, where Johnny was like, "You deserved it, man," and gives him his props.
Think about it. We got Ken, and then hanging on him is Julie, and then on the other side is
this
Billy.
guy's been ultimate humiliation.
Yeah.
He lost his girl. He got his ass beat by a geek and by his fucking only guy who's the father figure to him.
Right, the janitor. So they're all there. The girlfriend who dumped him, the guy who beat him up, and the other guy who beat him up. And they're all clasped over him. He still extends his hand. And you're like, oh, wow, they're going to shake hands.
Yeah, he's finally got humbled. He's like, yeah, I don't think so. Pulls his hand away.
Slaps Ken in the chest, like playfully. And he says something like...
He's like, you did a good job. You beat me.
Yeah, he says like, good fight, man.
But this ain't over.
And then he turns and shakes Billy's hand. And he says, I'll talk to you later, Julie. Oh, my God. If only he did the finger flick at her, I would be like, oh, my God, I want a sequel right now. But he didn't.
Spinelli comes in. He's like, hey, Billy, I know you're too much of a pussy to do police work, but we have been looking for somebody to teach some self-defense classes.
Right.
And Billy's like, hey, yeah. And
that could be kind of cool. And then after Spinelli splits, Rob and Gina and all the fucking, hard-ass teenagers at school come over and go, hey, man, now that Lee's not going to be teaching us anymore, we need a new kung fu teacher. Would you like to be our kung fu teacher? Great.
Yes. That sounds good.
So we're pretty much at the conclusion, but there's one character I feel like we forgot.
I don't think so.
So Ken's mom still has not been offered a job. Is Ken going to move away? Is he going to Angeltown?
Billy's going to marry Ken's mom. And she'll no longer have to do porn ever again.
That would make sense. I wish there was that connection somewhere.
Well, here's the finale. Ken finally gets that kiss on Julie, and then Mike just pops up in between them. Thruple anyone? And then cut to credits.
God damn. I'm sorry, guys. It's such a long one.
I'm kind of bummed we didn't have our guest. At the same time, I'm glad because we'd be in hour 5.
Yeah. Hour 5? 3 hour 5?
No, because we're doing, what is this? This is going to be a 3-hour one, right?
It's under, but it's close.
Yeah. So we'd be doing 5 hours if we had our guest on. So maybe
right.
it was a blessing in disguise.
It might have been, because this is, seriously, when you see one of our episodes go over 2.5 hours, it's probably a movie worth seeing just because there's too much to talk about.
Well, obviously.
And this movie, it's up there. You need to see it.
Yeah. These are some crazy fucking martial arts movies.
It entertains you in so many ways. The fashion, the 90s, the just action you couldn't get away with, the storylines you couldn't get away with, the character developments you couldn't get away. It's a relic.
Speaking of martial arts movies, Griff, next week, believe it or not, it's our Christmas episode.
Oh my God, really?
And Griff, what is ho 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 backwards?
Oh.
As in Ricky O.
Oh.
The story of Ricky.
Oh.
Hey, you know us. You know we always do a family-friendly movie for our Christmas episodes. And I don't think it gets any more family-friendly than the story of Ricky O.
I got to tell you, Murray, I just learned this.
Yeah?
This is a fucking Criterion Collection movie.
Of course it is. We only do Criterion. We only make Criterion movies.
If they're not already picked up by Criterion, they're picked up by Vinegar.
They actually consult us.
Vinegar Syndrome. I'm just waiting for Criterion to get us in there for an interview.
I'm excited about this movie. I haven't seen it in like 20 years.
I
have it on VHS. That's how long back it goes.
I saw it on a VHS tape for the first time at 14, and I had to close my eyes for a lot of it. I was not ready for the level of gore.
Yeah. Well, like I said, this is for the family.
Yeah.
So get your kids, everybody. Gather around for Christmas, and here's your Christmas present. Ricky O, the story of Ricky.
It will probably be under 3 hours.
Probably.
I don't know how a Ricky O episode could be over 3 hours.
I don't know. I just have images. I don't remember. I remember the story he's in prison. That's all I know.
Yeah, I remember a lot of punching, and that's about it. There's not a lot of plot. There's not a lot of fashion. So I think we'll be able to do this one under 2 hours.
Famous last words.
I'm sorry, everybody.
So see you next week, and keep it woke.